Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody that I talked to actually outside of YouTube. We message back and forth on Instagram or Facebook pretty often. And I'm thankful for the friendship that I've built with Mr. Shelton TV. He's actually had a couple of different channels. He comes from the UK, does a lot of different things. The number one thing we know about this creator, he's probably the biggest Godzilla fan in the Tuber Chat family. He brings a lot of different types of art to his channel. And what I mean by that is there's literature here, there's poetry, there's music, there's story writing, storytelling, there's skits, live streams and shorts to go along with his videos, of course. He's been with us for long over 5 years now, cares very much about the YouTube journey and his fellow creators, but I thought we'd look at his channel first today because he just hit his 2,000 subscribers, which is a great milestone. I hope everybody's always celebrating their milestones, not just for yourself. It gives your community a chance to celebrate for you and with you. All the things that they do for us on our channels to help us grow and help us succeed. And Mr. Shelton TV has been a dear friend all of this time. He's here frequently and is monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get to his channel. He let me know he's done a small bit of promoting. That's a legitimate way to grow your channel with some paid advertising in the YouTube studio. But other than that, we know that Mr. Shelton TV has been posting, look at this, over 600 video shorts and streams in total. Now, I see he's got a premiere coming up. That's a little bit later this month. I'm setting the notification for that. We always set notifications for everything we see, including live streams and premieres, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. Here he is with Jeremy D-Day right there doing a live stream as well, so that's really cool. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,400, 3,100, and I hope everybody will connect with Mr. Shelton TV, push him towards the 2,100 we know he's thinking about. And thank you everybody for being here. Also, I put his channel up first. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. He dropped a gifted membership when we were about to go live the other day. We had some internet trouble here and it looks like we might have it fixed permanently, so fingers crossed, knock on wood. Just Jason Keto knows a lot about that kind of thing, the actual mechanics of how internet works through the coax cables and things like that. And I talked to him about what had happened when we had a technician finally, after all these years, come to our place to dig out the problem. And it seems like there was some ancient wiring, let's just say. And if we're really lucky, that would have solved the problem once and for all. But yes, we're on modem number 4 or 5 or whatever it is now. But should be up and running and good to go. But I appreciate everybody's patience. And I promise you, I miss these streams as much as everybody does when we can't be here. There's Just Jason Keto now. I've got him on the wheel with Jesse Journals and Unboxes, as well as Scratch and PPA, of course. They're all beloved and dedicated moderators, along with Michael's Adventures. And some of us, the Canadians in southern Ontario, were shoveling snow today. Not myself. I managed to dodge it all. I don't have to shovel where Kristen and I have an apartment. They do all of that stuff, luckily. Barely had to scrape the vehicle off this morning, but I have a feeling it's going to get pretty brutal overnight again. And Pete says he's been out shoveling all day. Thank you everybody for coming in. Crafty Witch 232, it's me, Alec, Handicapped Traveler, and Rushing Wind Mountain are already on the wheel. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Over the course of the stream, I'll spin that wheel. When names come up, we put the channels on the screen and we talk about them for a few minutes. It's not reviews, just promotions, but it can be a lot of fun. We'll do that for the next 3 hours. We'll get through as many channels as we possibly can. And then Michael's Adventures has a premiere coming up at 8 o'clock. He's on every single day at 8 p.m. Eastern. Just Jason Keto will do a live stream that will start while we're still on, but carry over. And I think he's got something special today. I took a sneak peek at his live stream. We'll raid into that when it's time. I think I know what he's going to do, but it's going to be quite a challenge for him, so we'll see. No spoilers. Elfish Tanks is in the house, and Nikki Silver Stacker has got to be the happiest creator in the Tuber Chat family. I'm a huge fan of precious metals, but I exited my position last year right before things exploded, and all of our friends who have been silver stacking and hanging on to their gold and things like that have to be ecstatic right now. It's been a record year. Butler Family Farm is in the house. Good to see you here. I'm going to get them on the wheel also. And hopefully I'm not missing any of our members and moderators. I see Grayson Waller WWE, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I feel like I recognize that name, but I could be mistaken. So basically, we have our instructions in our video description. The idea is that we're giving everybody an opportunity to meet each other in the chat. That's literally why the channel's called Tuber Chat. I'm just here to talk for 3 hours while we do that, but I'll introduce you to channels that are here regularly. And the way that I put channels on the wheel and on the screen is always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Members and moderators are added right away. Super chatters and membership gifters are put on the screen before we spin the wheel, but we'll do that soon. And if anybody needs me to elaborate, then I certainly can. Otherwise, like I said, the instructions are in the video description. Michael Harper's in the house. Big Dude 1234 is here. Alex in with at least 3 channels. The Hen House is here with us. And Lucy Grace was here early. Soldier Farms LLC, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for the very first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And I know I keep saying it. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Handcrafted by Jackie, good to see you in the house. Mac Movement is here. Life of Lucretia, good to see you in the house. That's a longtime friend. I thought it was a longtime friend. Life of Lucretia, I feel like I've known that that channel a long time. But forgive me if I'm mistaken. I just learned the other day, I'm not sure if this number is accurate. I've been saying there's over 50 million channels on YouTube for like the last 5 years, but it's actually up to like 114 million channels, if you could believe that. So of course we got channels with similar names and things like that. Be Strong Like a Grizzly, good to see you here. Let me get that channel onto the wheel and then we'll talk about the Feral Grandma. They dropped a gifted membership before we started the other day, or we're gonna start, and then our internet was just out. I live in Niagara Falls, Canada, but on the outskirts of the city. So officially Niagara Falls, but way in a corner. And the problem with that is if anything happens between the last neighborhood node for the internet and our place, we get hit. So we've had a few internet troubles over the years, but like I was saying earlier, it should be solved. The Fam Adventures, good to see you here. Oh, and from Page to Screen, they've been here for a while. Oki's Eden has been in the house since the beginning as well. So again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And when we look at the Feral Grandma, this is actually a channel I'm still getting to know. I would like to say that I was getting to know some of these channels a little bit better, but between Kristen and I, we've been somewhat conserving the internet a little bit. We're lucky enough to have a couple of phones on a couple of plans as a minimum, and they've become more generous in Canada over the years, but we don't have truly unlimited plans. Lately, they've been giving us like 100 gigs or something like that. But I think over the last few days, over the last week, I've used 61 gigs of data. If you can imagine that, that's not even trying. So my usual setup, and forgive the long speech, but my usual setup of having a computer with 2 screens and 4 YouTube windows going with playlists and live streams all the time, I had to cut that back for a few days. So I'm going to be behind. But we'll try to pick things up. Hardknack Farms, good to see you in the house. We just went live a few minutes ago, and thank you, Scratch and PPA. Yes, I'm talking so much, I'm missing everything. Oki's Eden dropped a super chat. I didn't mean to miss that, but we'll get Oki's Eden onto the screen right after Greenland Quilter Katie. She's live right now, but she dropped a super chat before we started. And we'll have a look at what she's doing. She's always got a StreamYard panel full of friends. And then Martin Miller, good to see you here also. So the Ferrogramma, like I said, I'm still getting to know, but they've got some information on their About section. We can start to learn about what they're going to do here. I've been promising to watch a video for like a month now. I still haven't watched it because I keep running a playlist. I haven't sat and watched this particular video, but she's got this one called Butter Battle, and I want to see what on earth this is. So I'm going to put this into, it's probably still in my... It's not in my catch-up list right now. I'm going to put it back in my catch-up list. That's a playlist that we use with a fun name that I use so that I can keep caught up with creators or get caught up with creators. And playlists can be a great tool for that. And then shorts on this channel have gotten now into 1,000 views. She's got another one that's going to be at 1,000 any day now. And then live streams on the channel as well. And we see that she's live pretty frequently, once a week or maybe even slightly more often. Now, hopefully I'll catch them for one of these live streams because it doesn't seem like I've caught a live stream yet. But I got notification bells on for every single channel. And that's part of doing all we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content as possible as well. So Elfish Tanks, forgive me, I probably misspoke. So for the longest time, we haven't had unlimited plans the way I understand our American friends have. We only have a couple of companies in Canada. It'd be like the T-Mobile and Verizon of Canada. They're called Bell and Rogers. And there's a couple of others, but it's pretty locked down. And we only, over the last few years, started to get these plans that get into like 100 gigs. Before that, you were fighting over whether you had 10 or 15 or 20 and all this stuff. Once you hit whatever the limit is on your plan, they throttle so that you can't just pound the internet like crazy all day. It's just the quality of everything probably goes down a little bit. Now, some people might have better plans than I do. I happen to be with Virgin, but in Canada, Virgin just backs off of Bell, one of our biggest ones. And I've had that for probably 15 years, if not at least 10 by now. So I just stick with it, and it's not terrible. And then the Ferrogramma, hopefully everybody will connect with. And I don't think she's here right now, but like I said, she dropped a gifted membership before we tried going live streaming the other day. Beltloop 29, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Oh, I'm not going to get the name right. I know you were here before. It can't be Lala by Asthma Boutique. Is that right? And then just put, so forgive me, I hope I'm not getting the name too wrong, but if you want to correct me, anybody in the chat at all, if you hear me pronounce your name incorrectly, then by all means, just let me know so I can fix that. Because I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted, but the handles, I promise you, trip me up as much as anybody. Canadian Family Life is here from New Brunswick. And then... Is it Lala by Asthma Boutique? If I got it right, then that's great. And yeah, swapping playlists is something we talk about. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And it is interesting how that swap and playlist, still after all these years, we've been doing this. It's really simple. It's just an arrangement to run a playlist of somebody's videos. And you can imagine by getting, a handful or eventually, hopefully dozens and maybe someday even hundreds of people to have run an entire playlist of your videos, your watch hours are going to grow. But the reason why I push it so much, because I don't interfere, I don't even facilitate. Everybody's free to do that amongst each other. I just know it helps. But the reason why is because when you trade favors with somebody else, another YouTube channel creator, you're likely to start a friendship. And it's that friendship that is going to see your watch hours grow exponentially, because your friends are going to be there for most of what you're going to come out with over the coming months and hopefully years, and I'm sure everybody understands. So if anybody needs me to elaborate, that's fine. Just let us know in the chat, and I will give you my extended remix speech for our playlist swapping idea. And then otherwise, Diamond Painting Yotun, good to see you in the house. Have Fun in Nature is here as well. Greenland Quilter Katie, like I said, she's live right now. Thursdays are for sewing, so it's a series. And she's usually got a panel full of guests. They're always talking and laughing and having a good time. They talk YouTube, they talk quilting, and they talk other crafty ideas. And Greenland Quilter Katie has been with us for just over a year now. Soon I'll be saying a year and a half. But this creator, when she started coming in, this is around the time where she entered the Superchat family. So I saw all these videos where she's given us these beautiful mountain views and icebergs and glaciers on the water around Greenland. And then she's got a podcast on the channel. Last Christmas, she did some shopping videos that were a little bit different. She's back to the podcast and a little bit of help with our YouTube channels. And then shorts on this channel have gotten now into 2,900 and 3,200 with even more beautiful looks around Greenland. Lots of random content here. And then live streams, like I said. So she's at these pretty frequently, as a matter of fact, as you can see, several times a week. So lots of opportunity to connect with Greenland Quilter Katie. And she has been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter over all this time. Peaches POV, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Just for a few months on YouTube, but that's great. Some of our friends have been here much longer than me. I think our record is 17 years. I think one of our creators has been on YouTube. I've been on for 8. I'll soon be saying 9. And then many people here are anywhere in between. We got friends of up to 5.5 years on this channel. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. But Greenland Quilter Katie, like I said, dropped a super chat before we started. So I wanted to put that channel up right away. And Oki's Eating came in and did the same thing. So we'll look at them right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Have Fun in Nature's been here for about 6 months. Why don't we do this? Why don't everybody, if you feel like it, let everybody in the chat know how long you've been on YouTube, or when did you start, is probably a great idea. We're all curious to know. I'm curious to know. I was on YouTube for probably 2 years. I started with other people's channels. I didn't even start my own channel until I'd been running other channels and making videos for other people for about a year. Before I started, and then about a year after that, I was introduced to the small YouTuber community. I just met up with a few creators in different chats and things like that. Some of them are still with us today. AceFlaw1 is here regularly. Jeremy D-Day's here regularly. And these creators have been with me since before Tuberchat was even a thought. But what they had done, this whole group of people were like, let's, all come together and we're all going to help each other. And everybody watches each other's videos and everybody gives each other thumbs up and comments and everything. I thought it was so cool because I've been on social media from the beginning. I'm old enough to have remembered the days of CompuServe and AOL and Friendster and MySpace and everything else. But I had never seen anything like this where people were helping each other, and more than even themselves. They not once did any of these people say, come and watch my videos, come to my channel, can you help me? And I think that was what the magic was for me, is seeing a community of people that truly wanted to help each other and understood without being told that giving to others more than they expect to receive is going to result in all the growth that they want on YouTube. Fuzzy Adventures, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. It's me. Alec has like 13 channels or something, so they can't remember how long they've been on. It's interesting to know how many people had started with other channels and then started again later. Our friend Curmudgeon Alaska did that. They're part of our interview series. I hope everybody's watched those videos on the channel if you haven't yet. And then some people have been on here for a long time. But actually, you know what's forgive me, I won't get into long speeches today, or I'll try not to, but I did have an interesting story. Pardon me, my allergies are on me like always. I gave a talk about social media to an association at one point, just a small group of people, it was about 20 people. But I gave this talk about social media, and right at the end of it, I was talking for about half an hour. And they said, why didn't you talk about YouTube? Because I talked about Facebook, Instagram. I don't remember if TikTok was a thing yet. Pardon me. And then, all the different things we were doing with social media, Twitter, now X and all that. And they said, why didn't you mention YouTube? And I said, well, because I haven't done any YouTube and I don't want to talk about something that I haven't done, even though YouTube, is great. And probably 5 years before that, somebody had said to me, if you want to make money, you should be making YouTube videos. And I was thinking, oh man, nobody's going to be able to watch YouTube videos on their phone. Nobody can afford the bandwidth and the data that's going to take. And, 15 years ago, yeah, that might have been a thing. But today, obviously, we're all doing it all day. So, too bad that I didn't start 15 years ago or whatever that would have been. But good thing that we're here now. And it's interesting how many people had started or come back or started with different channels and things like that. Strength, patience, love. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. The Queen Before You React 75 is here. Belt Loop 29. I don't know if I see you've got another channel there. I'm assuming you're doing restaurant reviews. Oki's Eden is up on the screen right now, a homesteading channel that is going to share with us a lot of cooking videos, as a matter of fact. Rooted in gardening, homesteading, and farm-to-table cooking. And this creator actually has a premiere coming up. That's a little bit later this month, but I got the notification on for that. When did I just watch from them? I didn't realize it was a while ago that I saw this one here. Their garden. This is the video I watched not too long ago. And they have a really interesting method for composting. Now, anybody who's into homesteading is going to know what I'm talking about. Even I don't even know what I'm talking about. If it wasn't for our homesteading friends, I would not know anything about this stuff. I've not grown anything of my own, not since they forced us in high school, but you know what I mean. But our homesteading friends are always sharing lots of knowledge, even resources with each other. I'm just going to grab the latest video and put that into that catch-up playlist that I keep keep talking about. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Okies Eden's got some shorts here that are really starting to move. 4,300, 6,100 on a couple of these, which is great to see. And then live streams as well. So I caught them a couple weeks ago, but hopefully it won't be too long before I catch them again. And like I said, I got notification bells on for every single channel, of course. Oh, from page to screen. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, film trailers. Oh, wow. Film publicity is interesting. Oh, I understand what you mean, too. Oh, Belt Loop 29. I didn't realize you had so many. I knew you had at least a few. Henry Leslie Vermont, good to see you in the house. That's a longtime friend as well. I am Betty J. Gathers, another beloved and dedicated moderator. Yeah, Okies Eden's doing a really good job because they do it in a very calm and methodical way, to be honest with you. We had this influx of homesteading channels start coming into the Superchat family. I guess it's probably as long as 4 years ago now, and it continues to grow. It's such a vibrant community. But I think that what I really enjoy about it, like I said, is the idea that they all seem to want to share knowledge and resources with each other. So it's time to spin the wheel. Let's get that done. Thank you again, Okies Eden, for another super chat. They've done that I don't know how many times, countless times by now. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. And Just Jason Keto is looking forward to 1 or 2 more shoveling episodes today, I'm sure. Just Jason Keto is only a couple hours away from me in Ontario, Canada. We've actually met up a few times already. Looking forward to another meetup, hopefully soon. Might just be us hanging out in Niagara Falls. I'm lucky to live in a tourist town, so it's not too difficult to get people to visit. Jody Genealogy is Marketplace Boutique. Good to see you here. And then Father Lawless World TV. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then Just Jason Keto, we're going to talk about his content. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Just Jason Keto. So I mentioned something. He's got something special tonight. We're going to go and raid into his live stream. He'll start 2 hours from now. We'll still go for another half hour after that if everybody wants to. Yes, I can barbecue. I'm going to get onto the wheel right now. And when we look at Just Jason Keto, he's going to help us with healthy eating and healthy living, especially when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And he posts frequently. He tries to do at least 1 video a week, sometimes 2. Oh, and he managed to unbox the gimbal. I've got a gimbal. I bought the same one, and it's sitting there. I thought somebody stole my Osmo 4. I got it sitting right here. Hopefully I just didn't destroy our whole stream hitting the wrong button and everything. But I got an Osmo 4 right here. This is the gimbal I use always and have been using for several years. And I misplaced it. So I had thought somebody took it because the last time I saw it, I was at an event and there was other people there and everything else. But I bought a 7 to replace it because I can't stand to not have a gimbal. And I haven't opened it yet. So I've thought about filming it as an unboxing. But I'm deciding whether or not I should return it or sell it. I probably can't return it by now. I've had it too long. But I might sell it. I don't know. But Jason beat me to the punch here. So he's got an unboxing video. So if you want to see what on earth I'm talking about, a gimbal, for anybody that doesn't already know, is the thing. I've got another phone here I can use. I'll put this thing together. You can usually put a stand at the bottom, so I use it on one of the stands that I talk about all the time. But what you can do is put your phone into this thing, and it's not too difficult to get it in there, right? And then what happens is the gimbal holds it straight. So you see what I mean? That's a motor doing that. And I know it's tough to see because of my green screen here. The green screen effect is ruining everything. Alright, maybe it's not going to work so well. There it is right there. Yeah, so here's the gimbal. And then you see what I mean? When I move the thing around with my hand, I know it's tough to see, but the phone kind of stays almost still. Or you can aim it. So that's what those are. But if you ever see people outdoor live streaming and wonder how on earth they keep the camera so steady, that's how we do it. And then I even use it, actually, Canadian Family Life. Funny enough, I use it for even filming. I just put it on a stand, aim it the way I want, and leave it sitting still. But one of the things that the newest gimbals do, they've been doing it for many years, but they do tracking. So what happens is if you're using it for filming, I don't think there's any way to do it for live streaming. But if you're filming a video and you have a gimbal, you can set it up wherever you want. You can set it to track either yourself or an object. So let's say you had a remote control car or a little Hot Wheels thing or something. You wanted to film it. You know, as the car goes, the camera follows it. And you could do the same with yourself. So you could basically put the phone on a stand and you can walk back and forth or even in a circle if you wanted to, and it would follow you. So it's really, really cool. Not everyone does it, but those DJIs are very popular. So these are just ideas. And then I think I saw the Confident Quilter, Gladys L. Paul is here. Big dude still in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Cruise Life 22 is here. And then Just Jason Keto, like I said, it's going to help us with healthy eating and healthy living. So this is a bit of a different video, but should do very well for him. I'm going to put that in that catch-up list I keep talking about. Like I said, I've been behind with everybody for probably a week by now. I think it was last weekend, Friday, the internet went out. And then he's got a lot of recipes on his channel. He's known for these chaffles. You'll see these frequently. He's probably done 100 of those. But sometimes he mixes things up. He gave us a holiday series of videos. Not exactly Vlogmas, something a little bit different. The Wheel of Regret is right there. Beautiful, colorful wheel. And then lots of other recipes and product reviews. And what I mean by that, he does traditional product reviews like that gimbal. But he'll do things for the kitchen because he's so focused on recipes and things like that. The barbecue does well for him. He's got the Dash Minis here that he makes the chaffles with, an air fryer, that kind of thing. But he'll do traditional product reviews as well. I've seen him unbox a GoPro and things like that. Lots of guests on his channel. They share their life experiences, and he gives us some insight as to the ingredients that are included either in his recipes or the product reviews he does of things he finds in grocery stores or health food stores that might be marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle. There's a lot of information out there, but he tries to make it simple for everyone. And shorts on his channel. There's a bit of a hint here. Some of the healthy looking and grilling shorts have done well. He's gotten into 5,000 and 6,000 views on a couple of these. And there's that barbecue again. That short is still getting views after all this time. I think he did this one just this past summer, so I don't think it's been 6 months yet. It could have been. And then this one I've seen, 22,000 views on this one. I promise you it's entertaining. It's a traditional short, so it's only 15 seconds long. Definitely worth the watch. And then live streams on the channel as well. So sometimes it's Jason himself, sometimes he's got a guest, sometimes he brings us a surprise like a homestead hangout. He's done that a couple of times. There's Kendra from Consume the Goodness. At some point here he's had Amy from Rockin' Coach Amy, and then it could be Jason himself. He's got other guests here. He sometimes does a cook-along live stream. Either way, he's got a vibrant community that will help with questions and comments when we have them in the chat. Paulie Scratcher, thank you so much for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that before, I believe. I'm going to put them on the screen next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Matt and Mouse is here. I'm going to get them on the wheel. I got one more thing to show you with Just Jason Keto here. And like I said, he's been a dear friend a long time. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. All of our moderators are dear friends of mine, but they're all dear friends of each other as well. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. So, oh, there's Consume the Goodness right there. That's Kendra. We just saw her in a couple of thumbnails. And then when we look at It's Just Jason is the handle here. This is where he set up a second channel so that he can post anything that otherwise wouldn't fit on the keto-based channel. Because a lot of us think about ideas, you know, you can film almost anything. Right? Google wants us to. They want us to catalog, you know, the universe, basically. But you can film just about anything, but sometimes people question whether it's going to fit with their regular content. Lots of people put variety in their shorts videos, regardless of their category or niche. And then there's other channels out there that are razor sharp focused that do one thing and only one thing, right? There's no right or wrong. We have to do what we can. But a lot of creators go this route, set up another channel for the other things they're going to film. So we'll be looking forward to seeing what else Just Jason Keto is going to bring us. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. There's Create and Relate 24. Good to see you here. And Just Jason Keto will be live tonight, so we'll go and right into his live stream on his main channel. And then Paul Lee Scratcher is coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I gotta look up something for a quick second here. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. What is multicational? I wonder if this is the word. I think I heard it referred to as multicational, where you got to do different things all the time. No, multinational, multifunctional. That's not it. No. Yeah, I'm not sure what the word really is when you have to do many different things. I find that every time my plate is not over full, you know, with different things I have to do, then I fill it with some other thing that distracts me from getting the things done that I need to. So I've always got a few things on the go. Not everybody does that, but lots of people do that. And then Sunny Side Up, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. We're going to talk about Paul Lee Scratcher's content here. So I didn't know that lottery ticket scratching was such a huge category and genre on YouTube until after we started the TuberChat channel. So I'd already been on for a couple of years. But it is vibrant, and a lot of these videos and live streams are very fast-paced, very exciting. And a lot of the creators behind the channels are very generous creators, as we've just seen. Now, I'm just going to grab one of his latest videos. I didn't know you were in Florida, actually. When we see all these different lottery tickets, I don't always know. I should have known. There's one from Florida right there. It says it right on it. But Paul Lee Scratcher is going to bring us lottery scratch tickets of different types. We recognize a lot of the cool logos. I like when they do things like this, like Jeopardy and Price is Right and Monopoly. And I'm always happy to see different video game ones and this and that. I don't scratch a lot of lottery tickets, but, you know, Kristen and I will give them to each other for Christmas and things like that. Once in a while, they come through in a birthday card or something like that, right? I'm always happy to have them. And then shorts on this channel. I've gotten into 4,200, 4,300, and live streams, of course. So, Paul Lee Scratcher, it's been a couple months since I caught you for a live stream. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one soon, because they seem to be doing these almost once a week. Not quite. Doesn't look like a set schedule, but they're on when they can be. And they got quite a few tickets in some of these as well, especially when they're doing a full book and this and that. So Paulie Scratcher, hopefully everybody will connect with, and we always put the notification bell on for every single channel. Silver Assassin, Metal Detecting. That's another creator that's got to be excited with the price of silver these days. My dear goodness. And Sarah Prestwood, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, the key to what we're doing here, especially for anybody who's fairly new or brand new today, the best success always comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, doing all the things you wish they would do for you first, and then knowing that they will come and do that kind of thing afterwards. So what we're talking about is you pick anybody at all in the chat, say hello. That's all it takes to get a conversation started. And once you know you've got somebody's attention, because people are coming in and out of the stream all the time, then you can head to their channel, watch a 3-minute video, and leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. Give the thumbs up, subscribe, put the notification bell on, and then come back here, let them know that you've done all of those things, and then they will do the same for you. But we always talk about the idea of generosity and the fact that we give first. So forgive me, Michael Harper dropped a super chat. It completely slipped right by me. I don't know how I missed that right before Paulie Scratcher. So Michael Harper, he's done that a million times before, literally. So we'll put Judgment Day Mike Harper up on the screen when we get back from our break right after Elfish Tanks. Forgive me for getting that out of order. I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. And then thank you, Paulie Scratcher. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. And there you go. Yeah, Belt Loop 29. Well said. I love Zig Ziglar as well. Obviously, one of the biggest influencers of all time. And then, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was because my father was a manager. Like, my father did retail his whole life. He was a manager. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I've always been interested, like, in business, and I've been a manager of different things. Many people have. But I understood the other meaning of the idea of manager. If you think about somebody who manages talent, like some of our, favorite singers and things like that, they have managers and handlers and all this stuff. And the idea was, if you could manage a bunch of different people or businesses or projects or whatever it's going to be, if you could help 10 people become a millionaire, well, you would be a millionaire because you're going to take at least 10 points off each person, right? You know what I mean? So it goes without saying, but I was lucky enough to understand that from a young age. It's not a religious thing. That's not the reason why I constantly use the word generosity and I constantly talk about doing unto others. I just believe it's true, and I'm amazed. 60 plus and coffee. Oh, pardon me. 60 plus and 60 plus and Sophie. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And please correct me if I'm getting that, making a mistake. I've probably asked before. I always want to pronounce everybody's channel the way they want it pronounced, of course. But it takes a bit of time to get to know channels, of course, watching videos, hanging out in live streams, and everything else. So, Michael Harper is coming up with Elfish Tanks. What we're going to do right now, though, is take a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, we'll play a clip from an interview series. These are videos on the Superchat channel now. I hope everybody will watch all of these because I asked the creators that join me for their opinion, much more than my own. And they say different things that I would in a lot of cases, and they say different things from each other in a lot of cases as well. So there's lots of information, lots of ideas about how to get subs and views and watch hours and all that good stuff. So I mentioned Curmudgeon Alaska earlier, so let's listen to what they have to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. what do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
You know, your channel, it started growing a little bit, and then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit our 1,000 subs.
Okay.
And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, so it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours. So we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the wintertime. And I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. You know, we've never done a shopping thing or anything like that. And I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices. And honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. You know, and I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely. Yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
You know, was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Elfish Tanks, and then right after that, Michael Harper dropped a super chat earlier, which I missed. So thank you, Jesse and Pete, for catching that. I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody. And then, yeah, Alec, it's me, Alec. I've got the Reloaded channel on the wheel. I just put one of the channels on the wheel, but it's me, Alex. Been a long time friend. As long as I see you're still here, I'll keep it on there. I won't take it off or anything. I clean up the wheel once in a while because I know not everybody can stay for 3 hours. You know, we want to get to as many channels that are here as possible. I didn't do it this break, but I will on the next break. And it's interesting, yeah, the cold weather is really something else. So I don't know the negative. I could look it up, but I don't. I don't know the negative correlation between Fahrenheit and Celsius because I'm in Canada. It was minus 12 Celsius for us here. We're close enough to upper New York State that anybody would know, or even Michigan probably is sharing weather with us right now. And as much as I don't like the extreme cold, I prefer cold over heat. But I know a lot of people have been under the weather for a few weeks now with flus and colds and all kinds of stuff. And not that I know anything scientifically about how this stuff works, but my imagination tells me that this extreme cold is going to kill off a lot of the germs and things that have been out there driving everybody bananas. So we're hoping, right? Fingers crossed. Elfish Tanks is a longtime friend. They're at 1,100 subscribers now, so they have to be excited. They've passed their 1,000. It's an exciting and important milestone on everybody's YouTube journey. I see they've got a video here that I hadn't seen, which is weird. I know I'm behind, but I shouldn't be 4 months behind. I've got that video on my catch-up list now. That's that playlist I keep talking about that helps me keep or get caught up with creators. We just got a fun name for it there. And quite a bit of information on the About section here, a fish room experience. And they'll share their progress through the development of their hobby. So we can follow along, lots of shorts to go along with that, with a bit, pardon me, of random content, getting into 8,700 and 10,000 views. So that has to be exciting. And then live streams on the channel as well. And they seem to be doing these pretty frequently, almost once a week on schedule by the look of it. So guests on panel as well. I thought I caught you for one of these. Am I wrong about that? Oh, 7 months ago? My dear goodness, I can't believe I haven't caught a live stream in all this time. This is one of the things that always drives us, we just don't know what to think because we've got notification bells on for every single channel. And as we continue on, you'll see some creators I'm able to catch live streams for all the time or every week, and then some creators not for a long time. Why isn't YouTube showing them to us in an even kind of variation, if that makes any sense? You know what I'm talking about. Why is it so weighted all the time? Because I don't usually rely on notifications to figure out what's happening, right? You'll see all my notifications are here. The source, what did they just do? They just dropped a video. And you'll see what I'm talking about, right? So I've got notifications on for every channel, but usually what I do is I go to the home page, or specifically, I go to subscribers or subscriptions, subscriptions. And then this is where I look at who's on, who's live right now. And you see how many channels there's ability to be awesome right there. And then, what I do is I just start picking, who's been around most often. Oh, Bless Mom is on, I think, every day. Lots of these creators are on just about every day. But you see what I mean. And then I set up about 4 windows on my other monitor and get like either 3 streams and a playlist going or 4 streams a lot of the time. And otherwise, notifications, though, sometimes come through like while you're on. You'll see how fast they start coming because now I've reset them. And as I refresh the page, they'll keep showing up. Once in a while, I'll see something that comes up. But a lot of times I got notifications as like a schedule, or we just remember. For people who have a set schedule for their channel, like Pete, Tuesdays at 12:15 Eastern. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern. Michael's Adventures every day, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern. Just Jason Keto, live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. Belt Loop 29, pardon me, I'm saying Belt Loop 29. Butler Family Farm is live at 6:45 Eastern every Monday. For instance, right? And you can't remember every single schedule. I know a lot of creators are on every day, but oh, and then forgive me, yeah, ability to be awesome. My internet has been out for a few days, so I haven't been watching as much as I usually would like to. But I know that she's had a challenge going on. Did you do 30 shorts? I can't remember for the life of me if you said it was 30 days or not. But you'll see what she's got going on. We'll look at her channel likely. I've got her on the wheel, of course. Oh, and then so Diamond Painting Yotun is trying to post every day, which is great. And then Michael's Adventures has alarms for Pete and Jesse. I do on my phone for a few creators. I thought about doing something where we could get a calendar going. So I'm looking into it. Now, I don't know how many people here are familiar with vibe coding and what's going on, but the idea that you used to have to learn to code to make apps, which I did learn to do, and I did actually do. You don't have to do anymore. You can just talk to an AI system and it makes the app for you, which is kind of unbelievable. But it's getting easier so people can kind of make things for themselves. Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, good to see you here. Yeah, in the hen house, yeah, it shows it sporadically, right? It shows it, you know, the algorithm and the recommendation engine are showing us different things. Like, we might have seen 20 channels or something like that were live when I put the home page up there. But Superchat has 6,500 subscribers, and I'm subscribed to every one of them, probably, right? Like, either that much or more, likely. And you know that out of 6,500, there's a lot more than 20 channels that are live or dropping premieres right this second. Yeah, the hen house. You do coding as well. I've done the smallest amount. I'm somewhere between amateur and almost intermediate. I don't have to have an internet connection to code. So that's where I draw that line. But I haven't done much in a while, but now vibe coding is taking over, and, you know, AI is going to all but make that irrelevant by the look of it, unfortunately. And then it's interesting, though, for anybody, you know, I do a lot of talking about AI, and in our 900th episode, which is still, all our replays are up, of course, for people to watch, the 900th episode, for the first almost 2 hours, I talked to a friend, Two Pineapples, and we did a lot of talking about AI and how we use it for our YouTube channels. What I recommend for everybody, whether you like AI or not, is to just learn about what's possible and what's coming. It's easy because there's tons of videos, tons of creators talking about it all the time. But we just, in my opinion, have to be prepared for the next wave of what's going to happen on the internet, right? Oh, yeah, see, I never learned full stack or anything like that. Farthest I ever got was doing web pages literally with HTML and eventually WordPress, you know, that's it. Like, but I did a few apps in Swift, and I was trying to get into games, but it doesn't seem to be a one-man show for anything useful. So Grayson Young is a channel that was promoted today by Michael Harper. And he dropped a super chat for that, and we honor those, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. Michael Harper's done that a million times before. This is a brand new channel. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do, though, is take your most popular short video here. So I'll take this one at 2,000 views. I'll show everybody a quick trick here. So one of the things you could do, especially if you're on a computer, it makes it really easy, but you can go up into the URL here and you'll notice the word shorts, of course. But we can change that word to the word watch, and you'll see what happens. The video comes up as a regular video. It's still vertical, but now we've got all our controls underneath, like the thumbs up, and it makes it really easy to put it in that catch-up list that I talk about. in this case, I'm actually going to add it into my watch later list. And what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch that video. And then what I recommend for everybody, because we're usually trying to watch 3-minute videos when we're connecting with each other, I'm just going to take another couple of these and put them into my catch-up list as well. It's the same 3 minutes, basically, when you're going through a few shorts videos, but it shows YouTube that you cared so much that you went back for seconds and maybe thirds already on a channel. And getting at least a couple of these done should solidify that connection, let's just say. And then that's a look at a brand new channel, but thank you for coming in today, Grayson Young. And let's look at what Michael Harper's got going on.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then Consume the Goodness, forgive me, Kendra. Yes, I think I said hello. I hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know I say that a million times. She dropped a super chat, though, and she actually did that for Handicapped Traveler and his second channel as well. And yeah, that's funny. He does that for other people all the time. So that's wonderful to see that being done for Dan. And we'll look at both of those channels, Handicapped Traveler, his other channel, Sir Dank for Jesus, and then Consume the Goodness shortly. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we look at Judgment Day Mike Harper, this creator's got a couple of channels of their own. Some of the shorts we see here right away are doing pretty well, getting into 2,000, 2,200 now. And then videos on the channel. This creator reviews a lot of movies and television, and you can tell by all the thumbnails that they've got here a lot of the popular titles, but they really mix things up. There's a lot of variety here. Big WWE fan, lots of wrestling, of course, in the live streams. We can get their opinion when we catch them. It's been a while since I've caught them for a live stream, but they've got another channel here too called Michael W. Harper. And this is where we can get to know the creator a little bit more. They've got some more shorts, really featured just on themselves and giving us a chance to see them in a different light here. 1,000 views on one of these now, which is great to see. And a lot of DVD and Blu-ray, I believe, reviews here as well. And this gives us a chance to see more opinion about some of the most popular titles that are out there. And then a few live streams as experiments over a year ago, but we'll see if they're going to bring those back. We got notification bells on for every single channel and over 100 subscribers now, which is great to see. And then Diamond Painting Yotun. So I don't want to ever solicit, you know, I don't want to encourage anybody to do things like super chats and memberships here. I'm lucky enough to be able to work full time, and so I do. And those things, therefore, are unnecessary here. When people do that, sometimes what people will do is drop a super chat for another channel, and it's just so that they're getting a channel we might not have seen to come up on the screen. And by now, I think everybody ends up knowing that I always put up both anyway. So like Consume the Goodness dropped a super chat for Handicapped Traveler. I'm going to show you both of his channels, and then we'll look at Consume the Goodness as well.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Lisa J. Stocks is in the house. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Oh, I see. Michael Harper. Started going live on the other channel when they got a strike once. Yeah, I understand. I got a guideline strike once on my personal channel for something somebody else said in a live stream I was doing outdoors, but it shows you that kind of stuff can happen. Luckily, the first strike can be a slap on the wrist. I don't want to recommend it to anybody, but because I was worried about it, I took down all the content that I had done for a couple of weeks. I think 3 weeks of content for fear of getting more strikes. Because the problem is you might be able to do things that would justify a copyright strike or a guideline strike. And the problem is if they don't come right away, they could come all at once. And what that means is you could have content up for any amount of time. It could be a week, it could be a day, it could be 3 years. And all of a sudden, bang, 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 strikes. And once you get 3, your channel's done. So, yeah, I always want to recommend to everybody to be very careful. But those are the kind of things that can happen. Now, mine happened because of a political rally that I was out filming. And it was a speech. Somebody was on a stage talking, and they said something that was against the narrative that YouTube wants to play along with. So the strike came, and like I said, I just took off all the content off the channel. So it's not something that most of us have to worry about. If you're not putting up content that's going to end up with strikes, then you don't have to worry about it. But it can happen. I've seen it many times. I've seen creators lose channels. I've tried to help a couple people save their channels or at least their content. But lots of people do that as well. If they get a strike, they'll take a break on that channel until it clears and start another one. Not that I recommend it, but I've seen it done. Handicap Traveler is going to bring us content from a certain perspective, of course, hence the name, Handicap Traveler. And they bring us to a lot of touristy type destinations. But they do a lot of cooking videos on the channel as well, and that's something that's increased over time once in a while to give us a story to be told and just give us a chance to get to know them. This is Dan. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see they can bring us all 4 seasons, so they've gotten into 2,700 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. They're live on the last Friday of every month, so a couple weeks from now they'll be on, and like most creators in the Superchat family, they'll give you an opportunity to connect with people while you're there. Most everybody here likes to do that. And then Handicap Traveler is working on 1,600 subscribers. Now I mentioned they have a second channel, and it's called Serdank for Jesus. And if I spell it properly, it comes up with no problem. And you get the idea of the spiritual inspiration that's being shared here. I'm just going to grab the latest video. Perfect to connect with at just over 3 minutes. I'm going to put that in that catch-up playlist that I keep talking about. And that will give me a chance to get caught up with them. And hopefully everybody will connect and get Serdank for Jesus up towards the 200 subscribers we know they're going to be thinking about over there as well. Now, Consume the Goodness is a channel you see in the chat. That's Kendra. We've actually seen her today because she has collaborated with Just Jason Keto, who we looked at earlier. Collaborating is one of the greatest things you could do to grow your channel rapidly and organically.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then when we look at what Consume the Goodness is doing on this channel, so this is Kendra. And does Kendra have a second channel? Am I forgetting? Do I forget all the time that she has a second channel going? Forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but I feel like I keep missing somebody's second channel. What she's doing here, she's going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, faith-based motivation. She does a lot of skits on her channel. Keto carnivore meal ideas, and these workouts at home are really interesting. Challenged by Just Jason Keto. So this is an example. I saw this one from him, right? I'm going to put this video in my catch-up list like I always do. I just want to show you one of these workout videos. This is a perfect example when I roll over this. So you see what she's doing. 3 workouts at the same time. Very simple. Anybody could do this. She's on a bike on this one, walking in place right beside, and sitting in place as well. This is really, really cool because not everybody can do every kind of exercise, but it's important for anybody that can to do any exercise that they can, right? I believe that, especially as I get older and older and need more and more of that myself. But I think that's a great thing that she's doing. It's just one aspect of the channel, but you get an idea of the variety and content here. And then some of her shorts have done really, really well. 58,000, 97,000, 127,000. She does a lot of shout outs for other creators. She did one for Superchat. You'll have to search through the channel to find that. And one of these ones that I've seen is this pizza one, because I love pizza as much as anybody. But she's got a really interesting low carb idea for an almost keto friendly type of pizza. You'll have to let me know if it's actually keto friendly, but I think it is, right? And then live streams on the channel as well. She's live frequently, so I caught her last week. I didn't see the one from yesterday, but she's on frequently. Her birthday a couple weeks ago, I must have missed that. Forgive me for that. I try to catch everybody for important milestones and birthdays and anniversaries. Anybody can reach out anytime. I don't expect that everybody can sit there and just message every person that you want to come into your live stream and premiere and things like that. But if you have something coming up that you specifically want me to see, then by all means just reach out whenever you have an opportunity on Facebook or especially Instagram. I hang out on Instagram all day. Facebook every day once or twice, and then X once in a while. And I'll always try to make it, even if I have to sneak in while I'm working or something like that. And especially for really important things, I try never to miss anybody's monetization celebration. Most creators do those, or birthdays and milestones and anniversaries and things like that. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat again. I think Alex got 100 channels. It's me, Alec, has so many channels. Coach Julie at Eden's, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. IVB Creates is up right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
So forgive me, I can't help it because I know Alec has so many channels and many of them have memberships. I don't know if Alex got more than 1 paid membership right now or if most of them were gifts. I really have no idea, right? It's really hard to tell that. YouTube doesn't give us like every metric when it comes to that. But I certainly don't want anybody to do anything like that. Like, it's more than enough if somebody has a membership. But I certainly don't want anybody to pay for more than 1. I know a couple creators have done that many times. I appreciate it, of course, but I would love for everybody to spread the love around. And I just want to take another moment to remind everybody, especially because we got so many newer channels lately, it is not necessary to super chat or be a member on this channel to get onto the wheel or the screen. I know it takes a long time. We'll get to as many channels as we can. It gets faster as the stream goes on. Towards the end, we usually get to more channels. We can't get to everybody every day, but we do what we can. But the most important thing is that the magic on this channel happens in the chat. Me putting channels on the screen doesn't make a bunch of people go over there and subscribe. Like IVB Creates on the screen right now, I would be shocked if they got 5 subscribers just from me putting their channel on the screen. That's not how this works. Some people will go because they might hear the stories I tell about creators. Like IVB Creates has been a friend a long time now. The fact that I say that says, oh, they've been a friend of his a long time. I want to be a friend of mine a long time. I'm going to go get them, right? And I understand that. But that's not what makes this whole thing work. This is based on conversations that happen in the chat where you start to get to know other creators and build friendships with them. Me talking about these channels on the screen is just the best idea I had for what to do while we're here for 3 hours when I started this channel 5.5 years ago, right? Other people were doing it. It's not my idea. But I just wanted to put a little focus on that because I don't want anybody to feel obligated or think that it's going to help, right? If somebody's in the chat while their channel's up on the screen, I think it's reasonable to say they could get 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, but I would be shocked to know even that at a time. But otherwise, the bulk of your subscribers and new friends are going to come from the conversations you have in the chat. Anybody can meet up to 8, maybe even 10 new friends per hour for the time that you spend here. But it comes down to those conversations. You know, it takes a good 5, 6, 8, 10 minutes to connect with somebody, but you can. And you don't want to connect too quickly because otherwise YouTube will just take all your subscriptions away and it won't have mattered. You will have wasted your time. We don't want anybody doing that either. And then thank you, Hardknack Farms. It's good to see you here. And then I miss a lot that goes on in the chat, so if anybody needs me to see something specific, just please mention it with 3 thumbs up or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow, and we'll talk about IVB Creates.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Now you can see IVB Creates has been a friend a long time. I'm just scrolling back to see how long, and sometimes I can tell by the first video I watched from a creator, right? It's not accurate, but this is long over a year, right? I don't think it's anywhere close to 2 years, but long over a year now. And I can't remember how long every channel here has been a friend of mine, but you know what I mean. And the reason why I talk about this is so that everybody understands we're talking about friendships here that are not just going to be for today, this week, worrying about watch hours. We're talking about probably years into the future. Some of us are probably going to be lifelong friends. When you think about that, some of your best friends on YouTube, no matter whether you started last week or last year or 10 years ago, right? Some of your best friends on YouTube, you never know where the next one is going to be. They might be here today. They might be here next stream. We're here every 3 days. But you know what I mean. Lots of people are willing to help you. You just haven't met them yet. So if we keep this going, we keep doing what we're doing, it keeps growing and everybody gets more and more friends faster and faster. That was one of the things I forgot to say to Michael Harper's friend in the chat. They were talking about, being lucky to get to 100 subscribers. The truth, though, is if you focus on the things you could do for other people while you post your own content, every week you try to put up a video if you can, what happens is we're seeing channels monetized faster than ever before. I'm not going to say it's easy, but I promise you it's easier than it was 8 years ago when I started. It's easier than 5.5 years ago when we started this channel, and it gets easier. So every channel that wants to get monetized can get monetized, and I believe any channel that wants 10,000 subscribers can get there. It takes different amounts of time, but it's not a race, right? But we see it happening more and more and more. Any channel that gets to 3,000 100% organically can get to 10,000 100% organically, right? So these are just ideas, but I promise you it's true, and I've been talking about this for 5 years now. So the story doesn't really change. Some of the names change just because we make new friends along the way. And then IVB Creates is up here. So this creator, let's see what they're doing here. Crafting, creating, crocheting, designer, pattern writing, pattern testing. They crochet things from baby items like blankets, Afghans, toys, all kinds of stuff. And you get the idea here. On their About section, I'm just reading while I'm talking about this as well. So the wheel, the colorful wheel. Lots of people are using this. By the way, you can see it on the chat. I know it's tough to see on a phone, but anybody could go back. If you want to know where does this wheel come from, I show it all the time, but it's called wheelofnames.com. It's just a free website. and anybody can use this. I'll never remember where I saw it the first time, but lots of creators, dozens, hundreds, probably thousands of people are using it. But what I'm going to do is take this latest video, I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to catch up the smallest bit. That's exactly what that playlist is for. And then shorts on this channel, look at these. They've gotten into 5,700, 6,100, one at 15,000. Which is great to see as well. And then live streams on the channel. So they've got a couple that are coming up, one next week and one a couple weeks after that. They got a birthday coming up, so we'll be looking forward to that. And we set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. And 1,400 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,500 that we know that IVB Creates is going to be thinking about. Palazzo Places here, that's Jen Palazzo in the house. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. From South Florida, the temperature is dropping. We know up here in the north about temperatures dropping, I promise you. We're going to look at Crystal Sparkle as soon as we come back from another break. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from that interview series. And I know I talk about it all the time, but it's really informative. And the biggest reason why is because when I ask the creators for their opinion in these interviews, they really are friendly conversations. These creators have different things to say, different from each other, different from what I would say, not in every case, but in a lot of cases, you know what I mean? So there are hours now, hours and hours of content where we talk about what it takes to get over 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. We're going to hear now from Be Amazing Sylvia. Her episode of the interview series is upcoming, but this is a sneak preview. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, over the years, of course, you use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted. And I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in, they come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all, almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I see you in my comments on Wednesday. See you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change and with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm going to respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video of somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life. You know?
I see Tampa's Creek Homestead and more coming in. I think didn't I catch a premiere yesterday? Were you premiering? It wasn't a live stream, right? Trying to remember. I had been off for like a week almost with the internet. I was on a little bit, but like one thing at a time. And when you're doing like 25% of what you usually do or less, it feels like almost nothing at all. So I'm looking forward to catching a lot more stuff. I was able to be on yesterday. We got our internet hooked up on Tuesday. And that was almost at the end of the night. I have a very early bedtime these days. But thank the dear Lord. Oh, it was a live stream. Forgive me, Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. I had a few things going on yesterday. I was fighting, and it was the funniest thing because as soon as we got our internet, I imagine I like just closed off the world and like, okay, I got to get these windows open because the computer had been starving for YouTube windows to be open. And thank you, Scratch and PPA. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. I'm too busy talking, and I can't see the lights right in front of me. I got a Stream Deck, but I'm not looking at it, and otherwise I would have known I wasn't on the screen. But like I said, it's the least important part of what we're doing. As long as everybody's connecting with each other in the chat, that's the most important thing. And then I did clean up the wheel. I'm overdue for getting a name on the wheel. I do this all the time, but I do promise that I'm always going to add at least a couple of names from our chat list onto the wheel. So Diamond Painting Yotun is going to be added right this second. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And Jody Genealogy will be added. And forgive me, Jody, I can't for the life of me remember whether or not I should have had your channel on the screen earlier. Some creators have more than one channel. And if they have a membership on a channel, sometimes it's not on the forefront of my mind when I'm looking at the chat. But we always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them. So Jody Genealogy's on there. Vintage Style by Joe is here. I got them on. I thought I got them on. I didn't get them on. I was just about to. I noticed while we went on that break and I was resetting everything. But we've got Vintage Style by Joe on there now. Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. And for any of our members or moderators, I took a few names off the wheel. So if anybody's wondering, just please be active in the chat. I'll make sure you're there. Crystal Sparkle from Wisconsin might be sharing some of our weather right now. And boy, has it been cold. When we look at what she's got going on, I wondered about this because I had seen these come up recommended, I think. So this is probably why I was thinking it was 30 days. Day 5 of a 30-day no fast food challenge. Let me just put this video into my catch-up list for now. This is a perfect video to connect with. A little bit different from her usual content, but just over 3 minutes. So perfect for connecting. What she typically does, actually, before I say that, she did a Vlogmas series. Crystal Sparkle is probably the most excited that I know of in the Tuber Chat family when it comes to the idea of Vlogmas. I would not probably be too far off than to say she probably put the icing on the cake in pushing a couple of people to do Vlogmas that might have been on the fence about doing it. I wouldn't be too surprised to know that she inspired a couple people in that way. So Vlogmas she did, but typically what this channel does, Crystal Sparkle brings us footage from conventions that feature a lot of My Little Pony themes. And I'm old enough to remember the first wave of the original My Little Ponies. Me and my sister were just talking about that the other day. She was talking about how I'm a few years older than her, and when I became a teenager, I sold like all our toys, mine and hers. That's kind of awful. But we used to play like G.I. Joes and My Little Ponies and Transformers and try to get along doing that. But there's been a few waves of popularity with these My Little Ponies, and now it's just as big as it's ever been. So these conventions, they feature performances, panels, dance parties, and a lot of the vendors and other things you'd expect, but a lot of friendships and togetherness. You'll see Crystal Sparkle is always surrounded by people, always laughing, always having a good time. And then shorts on the channel feature some more random content, but this creator's now gotten into 18,000 on one and 19,000 on a newer one. And then live streams on the channel as well. So this creator does a few different things now. They'll bring us footage from these conventions when they can, but they've done other things, like they're talking about a book haul here. I know a lot of people are fans of reading books. I have read more than I thought I did in my life, actually, but I listen to a lot of audiobooks, actually. And then Crystal Sparkle will give us a chance to get to know her. So, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter on her way towards 1,700 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. There's one video I always talk about here, but it's becoming a little bit older. I have to scroll to get to it. But this is a live stream replay that I've seen. I wasn't there for the live stream. But it's only 14, it's just under 15 minutes long, so easy to watch. And it shows you what they do in Wisconsin for New Year's, which I think is really, really cool. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crystal Sparkle. And I think what she's saying here, this one was meant to be a short, but it was just too long. But it was part of the series, and that would be the No Fast Food Challenge. So she's not doing 30 days of videos. Wait, 7, 8. Oh, maybe she is. No, I don't think she's doing the whole thing, is she? Oh, maybe she is. My dear goodness. Well, I'm happy to see all the extra content on the channel. My goodness. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Crystal Sparkle. Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house. Living Large with L Crew is in the house. And forgive me, I know you sent a message on... I can't remember for the life of me if it's Facebook. I think it's Facebook. I think a Facebook group or an Instagram group. It's Instagram. A video that was coming up. You sent it to me yesterday. Oh, and it's for today. I might have, if it's not already up, I might have been working earlier. Or we're crashing into each other today. And then for anybody brand new, Tuber Chat doesn't have a schedule. So we're here, like, we try to be here every 3 days. And then around the same time, but we move them around as well. I try to post in advance so everybody can look at the front page. Living Large with L Crew has a video. I don't know if it dropped yet. That's what I'm kind of getting at. And then Sarah Presswood has new content. They were on a cruise last week, which is great to know. I can't believe how much time is flying, because I remember when she was saying she was going on a cruise and then is already back from that cruise. And then what we're looking at right now is the idea of spinning the wheel. So let me do that, and then we'll see who's coming up next.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Oh, you read 103 books last year? My dear goodness. I haven't read 103 books in my lifetime. I've read more than I thought, but I'd be shocked if it was more than 20. I think I've read more than 10. But I could be mistaken about that, because I got into audiobooks in the late 90s, and that continues today. Dozens of audiobooks, probably more than I think, actually. The first book I remember reading from beginning to end, I think I read Charlotte's Web when we were in high school. I don't know if they still do that. But the only other book that I remember reading from beginning to end was, I think it's at the end of the 90s, but it was, and it's later than I thought, actually, but it's Bill Gates wrote a book called The Road Ahead, and it talked about the day that we live in today. He predicted most of what we're actually living through now, and that's like 30 years later or whatever it is. Interesting to have known. Jody Genealogy is up here. This is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She has been for well beyond a couple of years now. And she's actually familiar to a lot of people here because she's got 2 different channels. The other one I'll show everybody in a moment, called Marketplace Boutique. So Jody Genealogy started this second channel to bring us history, travel, and other adventures. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. She dropped that one last week, and she's probably due for another one. She posts pretty frequently. You can see she's pretty much on schedule, I think almost every single week, which is great. The channel's at 1,600 now. And she also has a lot of shorts. Now, this creator has been through this once before. So they do really well with variety and a lot of shorts videos, getting into now 7,600, even 14,000 views on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she's doing a lot of these, what I'm calling unattended live streams lately. What a lot of people used to call them is silent lives, and a lot of people still call them that today, but rarely do we ever see one that's silent. Usually what people are doing is playing music or giving us something to watch. Some people put a fish tank on, or trail cams, or weather and things like that, but they're meant as kind of laid back, relaxing live streams. Anybody can hop in and connect with other people if you want. Most of the people here in our Tuber Chat family do that, but Marketplace Boutique has always allowed and encouraged that. And here is where she's gonna help us understand how we can basically build some streams of income, particularly by buying and selling on places like eBay. And she even takes us shopping. She shows us how to buy collections of things, split them up and sell them separately. So look at this. She's got Hobby Lobby video here, Costco over here. And she actually does a lot of different things when it comes to the idea of showing us how to source some of the things we might sell. But she's expanded the content on the channel as well. So this is a bit of a different video for her. Here's a Vlogmas video for her. She really mixed up the content over Vlogmas. And she's helping us with some of our graphic design needs for our YouTube channels as well. Membership badges, emojis, and things like that. Jody Genealogy, who also we know as Marketplace Boutique, has now passed 3,000 subscribers on this channel. Now, I believe she's done it 100% organically, which is a marker that I've used for the last 5 years to describe channels. I believe that anybody that gets to 3,000 100% organically can get to 10,000 and beyond 100% organically, maybe even 100,000 eventually. It could take years. We don't know what the world's going to look like 2-3 years from now. It could take that long, but I certainly believe that, right? There's a very big difference in growing a channel organically as opposed to doing the other things that are available. Then shorts on this channel have gotten into 28,000, 35,000, 56,000 views. As you can see, she's, like I said, been through this once before. And then live streams on the channel as well. So here's that hot tent that she was talking about on the other channel. She's sometimes out and giving us a story to be told by a fire or on the water. Sometimes she takes us on the road, but we get a great chance to get to know Jody Genealogy and Marketplace Boutique. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. Like I said, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'd love to push her a little bit closer towards the 3,100 subscribers we know she's thinking about. She's probably going to have it very soon, actually.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So Butler Family Farm is coming up right now, everybody's BFF, and this is Jerry and Susan together. And they have 116 acres worth of farmland to show us, and they bring us homesteading style content, including both the farm and their home. Jerry takes us into the shop for some remarkable woodworking that he does. And then they've got tons of livestock. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, and koi, and more. And they meet up with a lot of other creators as well, sometimes a few at a time, but often in large groups. They live stream from some of the meetups that bring us up to 70 channels worth of creators and supporters. So I'm a little bit behind. Like I said, my internet's been off, so I've been catching a lot less than I usually do. But I'm going to grab the latest video, put that into my catch-up list. That will be a chance for me to get caught up or keep caught up. And then 1,800 videos they've got, so they're really packing in the content. One thing I can say about Butler Family Farm is that they post frequently. They're always filming. Jerry and Susan share the camera work, they share the videos, and they're always together. They've been married over 41 years, we recently learned in a live stream. And I joined them actually shortly after that, about a month after that, I think it was, for one of these live streams. They're on every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. And when we catch them, sometimes it's Jerry and Susan just giving us a chance to get to know them. And then sometimes they've got a StreamYard panel full of guests. Sometimes it's one guest at a time. And then these creators have let us know that they've been using the YouTube promotion system, which is a legitimate way to grow your channel through paid advertising. It's very different than growing a channel organically, but it is a legitimate way to grow. And they went from under 10,000 to over 125,000 now in about a year, let's just say. And they continue now. So when you watch these live streams, you'll see the play button on the wall, which is really interesting. I got to admit, I was brokenhearted when I found out that YouTube cut the program for the play button, and they give you a different kind of award, and then you've got to upgrade to the award now, because so many creators are so able to, you know, get to the play button, at least the first one, but there's no reason why anybody can't just get to the million subscribers now as well, kind of thing. So I think because it's become so frequent, right, that they had to cut that back, or decided that they had to. I don't think they had to, but you know what I mean. And these are just ideas. And then so Butler Family Farm did a live stream here where they're talking about those promotions. I'm trying to decide, and I've been trying to decide for a very long time, how to delicately handle the idea of talking about promotions without forcing my personal opinion on everyone. What I would suggest, though, is for anybody that's going to consider doing something like promoting the channel, to talk to more than one person that's done it, so that you can get an idea of how people have found the results of those promotions, to see if it's what you want for your channel. Because there are very different ways to grow, and any legitimate way is a great way to grow, but you just have to decide. There are a lot of different goals that we can have, right? And everybody's here for a different reason. 114 million channels means 114 million different reasons why people are doing it. But if subscribers is your goal, or if a play button is your goal, that's very different than views being your goal, or watch hours being your goal, or the other things that can come along, like monetization and revenue. It's a very different thing. I promise you, I've run many channels, and over the years, I can tell you that a channel with 5,000 subscribers can make more than a channel with 70,000 subscribers, depending on what the goals are, right? So we just have to be clear in our own minds about what we want out of YouTube. And I promise you, myself personally, and as the host of Tuber Chat, I just want everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. So whatever that is, then I would love to be able to help if there's a way that I can do that. I'm really just here to talk, but if you find some of the things that I say helpful, then that would be fantastic. I would love to be able to help everybody get what they want out of YouTube, but it means different things to different people. So that's why everybody's handling their channels in different ways. So Butler Family Farm as well has got lots of shorts here that have done well. Several of them now, up to 12,000 views, and then one at 54,000. I believe they promoted that one as well. But Jerry's been open about sharing information with anybody that wants to know about it. And like I said, they did a live stream a while ago, and they talk about it all the time. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. And then it's time for me to spin the wheel again.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Vintage Style by Joe has been with us for quite some time now as well. I wonder if I can figure that out. Venom for Life's been with us from the beginning, as a matter of fact. And then, Venom for Life. So, yeah, talking about monetization. I always want to say the most encouraging things, of course, right? And the truth is, these days, I wouldn't have said this 5 years ago or 4 years ago, but these days, any channel that wants to get monetized can. It just takes time, and then there's a couple of different caveats, right? Like the style of content that we're putting up. I have a lot of videos on my personal channel that did not contribute to monetization. Excuse me, watch hours don't count. They can't get ad revenue. Actually, I shouldn't say watch hours don't count, because they may have, I forget for the life of me, it's many years ago. But I used to be a DJ, and I put a lot of the work up that I did many years ago. Just remixes of songs and stuff. Those cannot get ad money, but they drive a lot of subscribers. I did a remix of a Justin Timberlake song that now is at, like, I don't know if it's 15,000 or 20,000 or whatever it is, right? But that can drive subscribers as well. So that's half the reason I put that stuff up. But I can't get ad money from it. So it doesn't matter how much it does. When we think about that, though, watch hours are something that is a struggle for everyone, but eventually everybody gets there that wants to. It's not a race, so it's really tough, because sometimes you see other channels growing faster, you wonder why, you think your videos are just as good as their videos or better or whatever. And I promise you, I've been in the same boat. I have all the same thoughts and feelings that everybody else does. Hopefully everybody feels happy for each other when you do see creators like hitting milestones and moving faster and, having great successes with individual videos and things like that. But some of what we do to help with the watch hours is the idea of the swap and playlist with each other. If you can get dozens of people to run an entire playlist of your videos, your watch hours really go up, right? But it always comes down to doing more for others. You know what I mean? The more we watch videos for other people, the more people turn around and watch our videos and things like that. I don't know if any of what I'm saying is helpful. It doesn't really sound like it. It sounds like a bunch of hype. Like, a lot of people will say all the time, and I do the same thing also. I always want to be encouraging, but we just literally keep at it. As long as we're posting our once a week if we can. Live streams really help with watch hours. That's one thing that is, like, literally almost anybody that's done them will say, if anybody's done a dozen live streams or more, they'll say it really helps with watch hours. But those are a part of it. There's more to monetization than watch hours, but you know what I mean. And then there's other ways to monetize too, right? Like Amazon affiliate program is a popular one. Some people sell other things. We've got creators here now that are both selling merchandise and selling designs for merchandise on places like Etsy. To build different streams of income. So these are just ideas when it comes to revenue, let's just say. Trish the Natural is in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel right now. Yeah, no, you're never giving me a hard time. I've always, sometimes I take things too seriously, I think. But, yeah, I always wish, like I said, I just said it, I wish for everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. If monetization is the thing, we can help with that. But it's very different when we think about goals. If somebody wants to get a play button, I believe I can help you with that. I haven't got one yet. I haven't got one on any channel that I've run, right? I ran a channel up to 69,000 subscribers. Now, I can't say that I did it myself, because obviously it's not my channel, it's somebody else's channel, right? But as far as filming videos, producing videos, everything except live streams, right? And then that channel got that far, and then the creator just promoted their way to the 100,000, which is fine, right? So they got their play button and everything else. But If somebody wants a play button, I believe I can help with that. If somebody wants 100,000, I believe I can help with that. Even though I haven't done it yet. Not organically, that's for sure. And I haven't done any promoting or anything like that. I don't intend to. But just to be transparent and 100% clear about those things. When it comes to monetization, though, if you want to make $100 a month, I can help you with that. If you want to make $1,000 a month, I can help you with that. And if you want to make up to, let's say, I want to say $100,000, but it's Canadian, so I don't know if that works out to 70,000. And I'm not talking about me, and I'm not talking about Tuberchat. I'm just talking about what I've done in the past on other channels that's possible. One of the channels that I ran that's not completely true. They have a few channels. One of the creators that I ran channels for, in their best year, I believe did 100,000 in extra income from their YouTube channels in their best year. There's a lot of reason for that. It's a very long story, longer than any story I could tell here. But I'm just saying, when it comes to our goals, we can help with different things. And every speech that I give is never just for one person. So I know sometimes people mention something in the chat and then I go off on a tangent, because I'm always thinking about the idea that there's new people watching that have never been here before. There's lots of people watching that haven't heard the different speeches that I give, but these are just ideas. So whatever it is that you want to get out of YouTube, if you can let me and us know, then we can help more so with that. If you want subscribers, we can help. If you want watch hours, we can help. And if you want thumbs up, we can help. But they're all different. A play button, 100,000, or making money on YouTube are all different things. You know what I mean? Some people don't need to make money on YouTube. They're not here for that. Most of us in the Tuberchat family are here for monetization. I am not necessarily on YouTube just for the money, but I wouldn't be here if there was no money, because the other platforms wouldn't have been, they weren't monetizing when YouTube started, and YouTube is still the king when it comes to monetization, right? Regardless of what we hear, when you think about the number of subscribers, how accessible it is to everyone, YouTube still wins when it comes to easiest way to start and continue making money. Not to mention, those channels that I used to run, I don't touch them anymore. I haven't for over a year. They will continue making money probably forever after, and all the work I ever did will continue to pay for that creator forever after, or until, you know, they run the channels into the ground, which I don't think they'll do. But you know what, and I've run many different channels, a few different channels for a few different people, right? So these are just ideas. And forgive me, I can't help myself but get into these long speeches. But at least you can tell after 5.5 years, I'm still as passionate as ever about this stuff. Tim Mitchell, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I know you know, but my internet was out for a few days. The Feral Grandma, thank you very much. Oh, Matt and Mouse is still here. Forgive me, I'm going to get you back onto the wheel. I clear names out once in a while. Vintage Style by Joe has to be happy. They've got extra screen time today. And then Tim Mitchell's been pulling their hair out all day. Everybody else has been shoveling snow all day. So I hope what you're doing hasn't been driving you too nuts. And then Mama Tato, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if it's Mama Tato or Mama Tato, but I'll say Mama Tato until you correct me. I always want to pronounce everybody's name properly. Thank you, Venom for Life. They've been with us from the beginning. That's a friend you can connect with, and you'll have them for 5 years. Mama Tato is a member, so I've got them on the wheel. And then when we look at Vintage Style by Joe, we see a creator that's making vibrant, colorful things, usually with fabrics and materials. And what I found most interesting on this channel is that a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times she's using scraps of those materials and fabrics and things like that. And she makes all kinds of different things. She'll get into traditional things like quilts, right, that we have come to learn can take up to 500 pieces if you can imagine, or a pillow, that can take up to 150 pieces, if you can imagine. But she makes a lot of other things as well. She really got to jump on some autumn and Christmas content by posting these things long before those seasons started. But you see some of the interesting things she's making. She's made what I think she said was mug rugs, right? And I've seen her make gift bags from fabrics and materials. I've seen her take ordinary things from around the home and turn them into vibrant, colorful things with a lot of the scraps that she's used. Now, like I said, it's not always scraps, and we joke about that, but a lot of times it is. And then shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,000, 2,600, 3,200. I think this one is still getting views. Actually, for some reason, I think it's got more views every time we look at it. And then live streams on the channel. I've been lucky to catch her several times, and you can see she's a dynamic host. She's always keeping up with the chat while she's showing us the different things she's either planning or making or has made. So hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Style by Joe. She's working on 2,700 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone right now. Curtains, as well, as another thing that she's made. Was that the... No, that's not the latest. Is that what the short is? What was she doing in this? No, this is a blanket stitch. This is something I'm unsure of. So, hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Style by Joe, but I'll be looking forward to the latest video. A popular one. Oh, almost 10,000. She's got a video that's going to get to 10,000 views. It's so exciting. It's like a spoiler alert, right? But we've been around long enough to be able to know if your video gets to 9,900, it's going to get to 10,000 eventually. You know, once it gets to 9,000, you can't be sure that it's going to get another 1,000, right? I got one at 90,000. I don't know if it's ever going to hit 100. But when you get that close, you know it's going to happen. And it's exciting. It's always as exciting. And I hope everybody finds excitement in each other's milestones as well. I know I said this earlier today already, but you know what I mean. If we can truly feel happy for other people, then I believe other people are going to truly feel happy for us, and then that's going to motivate us. And, you know, it's a life cycle, let's just say. It just keeps going around in circles. And then Create and Relate 24 is still in the house. Alec is still here. Oh, Tim Mitchell, I was just about to read what you said in the chat, and then I was just about to chuckle as you did that. What did Tim Mitchell say they were doing that was driving them bananas today? Did they say? They might not have said. Oh, like a potato. Okay, mama-tato. Well, yeah, but potato. I don't know if it's one or the other, but I'll say mama-tato. But thank you for that, and then hopefully you find that funny. Tim Mitchell gifted 5 memberships, my dear goodness. So let's get that channel up on the screen right now. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Yeah, Vintage Style by Joe, it just takes continuing and continuing and continuing. I know, like, it's got to be annoying to just listen to that constantly. Don't worry, just keep posting videos. Eventually it'll happen, but it does. And it's always the videos we don't expect to do well that are the ones that surprise us. Now, I have to be honest, I haven't put a lot of effort into shorts. I've done a few. They were either cut from longer videos or I filmed simple stuff. Like today I put one up because I just aimed a camera at the snow while I was getting gas. Like, that's literally all it was. And I don't expect that short is going to get 250,000 views and stuff like that. But we just keep posting, and I feel like it's not quite every week maybe, but very frequent that I'm hearing from creators that they've hit another milestone or they've got another video that's flying. Not always shorts, right? But this is the kind of thing that can happen. So we just keep at it. You know, look at Jody Genealogy. This is somebody who posts random content. She's been doing it for years, but she didn't always have 20 and 30,000 views and more. I forget what her highest running shorts videos have got now. We just looked at them. But you know, we all start, and actually I'm going to show a channel right now. Tim Mitchell produces the videos and live streams for Chef Sivi on Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. Her shorts videos were not at 1,000 yet. I think she had one at 1,000 when they started coming into the Tuber Chat family. And then now, so many months later, I'm certain, has it been a year yet? I wonder if it's been a year. I gotta go look. That the shorts have now started to cross over. So we'll see that, literally. And one of the things that I talk about often, the magic of YouTube and why I am here after so many years of social media on different platforms and things like that, is because all of the work that we do today helps the work that we're going to do tomorrow and the work we did yesterday. I can show everybody, it has nothing to do with shorts, but I can show everybody something that's kind of a secret weapon. If you rewatch the first hour and a half to almost 2 hours, I know it's a long time, but if you do, of our episode 900, I talk with a guest, two pineapples. We had a conversation. They've been a friend for like 5 years as well. And we talk about how we're using AI and some of the other tricks that have really helped push videos. Pardon me, everyone. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes and come right back. All right, we're just about back. We're going to talk about Tim Mitchell and a couple of other channels, actually. But I know we got a few new creators here today. Like Mama Tato is here, Chicken Explorers is here. I know not everybody's brand new today, but for anybody that hasn't been here, you know, like a dozen times before, 100 times before, because we're literally on episode 902 right now. So there are creators here who've been here hundreds of times, for which I'm going to be eternally grateful, but is kind of amazing at the same time. But there are channels of all types here. There are things I never could have imagined I would have seen, like lottery ticket scratching is something that I was amazed by, and it's a vibrant community. There's lots of sewing, lots of cooking. When Tuber Chat started, I can't tell you how many makeup tutorial videos I've watched over the years. Lots of cooking, lots of homesteading, lots of cruising and travel, as we'd expect. Conventions, we have a My Little Pony channel, we have an Angel Numbers channel, we have some tarot reading. There's all kinds of different things and a lot of variety channels. I myself have a variety channel outside of Tuber Chat where there's no theme. I just, you know, whatever comes up, I just post and do a terrible job because I rarely ever post videos, but you know what I mean. And then Tim Mitchell's up on the screen right now. Now this creator gifted a handful of memberships again. He's done it so many times I couldn't even guess. It literally is dozens of times, countless times before. So for that, I'm grateful. I know all the recipients will be happy to have those. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. Then we get around to spinning the wheel. I'm going to try to hurry it up. We've still got almost an hour to go. Just Jason Keto's going to start his live stream in about 20 minutes. We'll go and raid that when we're finished here. And he will allow us to continue connecting the same way we do. And then we know that PK Adventure Travels is on now. Greenland Quilter Katie might still be on. Michael's Adventures has a premiere at 8 o'clock. And, of course, there's tons of content on YouTube from our friends. So, Tim Mitchell's up here. This creator has a channel of their own, but they actually focus on two other channels, which I'll show you. So, Tim's just putting his own stuff here, some outdoor footage, a lot of dash cam footage. I'll show you in a moment. He does a lot of live streaming, especially on Tuesdays, actually. And he takes us out on the road, but some of the dash cam footage has done well, and he's got plenty of shorts, over 1,000 views now, one at 1,600, one at 1,800. Then live stream. So this is what I'm talking about. He did this on Tuesdays, usually on every Tuesday. Once in a while, they'll do a pop-up between himself and Chef CV. But when we look at Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, this is what I was going to talk about. Let's look at the shorts on this channel first, and then I'll show you really what Chef CV is doing here. So when we look at the shorts on this channel, I remember when they started coming into the Tuber Chat family, I think they did not have a short video over 1,000 views yet. And I'll try to find out right now how long it's been. I can't remember for the life of me, but I'll look through the videos and figure it out. Now, look at this. Over a dozen videos, over 1,000 views. One at 1,300, one at 1,500. Right? And this is what happens for everybody eventually, if you just keep posting. Right? The best idea is to post things that are going to be entertaining or informative. But we also never know. It's always the videos that are the best ones. They surprise us. The ones we try so hard for that we think everybody's going to like, it's really hard to make a video that everybody's going to like. We just keep making lots and lots of videos, and eventually some people like some of them. And then we shake our heads because the best ones we made are not necessarily the ones that are the best ones in the viewer's eyes. And then the ones, you know, sometimes we can put up a video we weren't even going to put up, and that could be one that gets us, who knows, thousands of views. So these are just ideas. Yeah, so it's for real. Now, this is a great story just because we have that to say. They had shorts that hadn't yet got 1,000 views. Now they got plenty over 1,000. They've got a brand new video here, so I'm going to put this one into my catch-up list. Now what Chef CV is doing over here, she's going to take us around the kitchen to make interesting dishes and meals. And the audience gets involved in a lot of this, but she also helps us understand a lot of the cookware and bakeware. I just saw her do in a live stream talk about it's not an Instant Pot. What was it called again? This one here. it's not an Instant Pot. What do we call that? Is it an Instant Pot? She was doing sous vide in there. I didn't know you could do that if that's what that is. But I know they have like multi-function air frying and things like that. So this channel goes live on the Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern. And what they have going on here, you see another colorful, vibrant wheel. So the mystery wheel of misfortune, these live streams allow the audience to contribute to the ingredients that go on the wheel, and then she's going to spin the wheel and be all but forced to make whatever comes up. So you'll see some featured ideas here, like they've got peanut butter fish and chips here, they've got Twizzlers here, and I've seen some of these. I've caught some of the live streams. So what I'm going to do for today, official lasagna night. I might see what she's done with that. Lasagna, my whole life I tell everybody that lasagna is my favorite food. And I really think that it is. But I've had 10 times or 100 times more pizza than I've had lasagna. So I have to concede to the idea that maybe I'm wrong about that. And then they've got another channel here as well. The official off-topic squirrel. And the live streams here are really interesting because they've got a multicam setup. Now, they've had this for a long time, but they actually just got new cameras not too long ago, I think a couple months ago. So they've got, I think they said 4 different cameras. And Tim Mitchell talks about that. So the official off-topic squirrel, there's a complimentary channel. They got a new series of videos here. This one's a music video. But they've got behind-the-scenes look at Chef CV here. And if we look on the channel I just showed you, you'll find a video that talks about how Chef CV and Tim Mitchell had met, and I'm always happy to hear stories like that. So variety in the shorts videos over here, but this is another example. This is the one where they, forgive me, I'm wrong. This one they did have 1,000 views. This was the only shorts video where they had 1,000 views, and then now they've got a few more. And this is a complimentary channel. This is not the focus, and still these videos are moving. So this is, you know, I hope motivating when I talk about this kind of thing, because I really believe that anything we see that happens to any of our friends can happen to any of us. That's the truth, right? We see it all the time. Actually, if Chocolate Drop is still here, when we look at her channel, you'll get an idea from one of her shorts. She's got one that's blown into, I think, a couple 100,000 views now. Live streams here happen on the first Saturday of every month, and then what they do typically is play Cards Against Humanity. I've played that game in real life a couple of times. And then they occasionally do sporadic live streams like Chef CV on the road, let's just say. So 137 subscribers here. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. And have fun in nature. Yeah, it should have been. I did watch Garfield when I was a kid. I'm old enough to have caught the original episodes of that. But yeah, lasagna, it's the one thing that I make that is, let's say, I don't want to say better than average. That's not true. It's just one of the things that I make the best. I'm not a great cook or anything like that. I can barely cook to save my life, and I really don't do much of anything these days, even though I should. But lasagna is something that I make. And basically what happens when I make something, there's nothing remarkable about it. It's just exactly what it should be. You know, everything I do seems like it came out of a textbook, let's just say. So I just got Ace Flaw 1 on the wheel. I talked about him earlier, just for a brief second. I mentioned the idea that Ace Flaw 1 and Jeremy D-Day are 2 creators that are here with us regularly, that have been with me for over 6 years, since before Tuber Chat was even a thought. They were already doing this kind of thing before this channel even existed. So Crafty Witch 232 is coming up, and now I promise I'm going to start to move it.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
I'm old enough to remember. I saw a post the other day. I don't know if it was a post or somebody brought it up. I can't remember for the life of me where this came up, because now I'm talking about it all the time. But it's absolutely true that when I was a kid, when I was like a child or like getting into the tweens and teens and whatever, punishment was not being allowed outdoors. Like, if you wanted to go out and play with your friends, because that's what we did, or hang out with your friends, or whatever you want to call it, the idea was like, no, you're in trouble, you have to stay. You stay inside. And it's so ironic that the world has like completely done a 180, where it's the opposite now. I don't know how many people are spending as much time outdoors, if they are, still with the phone in the hand. I'm guilty of it too. I got my phone on all day. My screen time seems to say I'm down. It was 8 hours or 10 hours a day for many years, and now it's down to about 6 hours a day, and I can't have it at work. So it tells you I'm on it every waking hour that I can have it in my hand. Makita to the world, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Good to have you here. I believe you're here for the first time, but forgive me if I'm mistaken. Our instructions are always in our video description. And then, yeah, create and relate. I understand. Anything we can do to try to move our to try to speed up our editing helps. Like becoming proficient is probably the right way of putting it. So practice. The only reason I'm lightning fast at all that stuff now is because I've probably produced I don't know if I've produced 1,000 videos. I think so, over the last 8 years, but I'm not sure. It's got to be close. With more than 1,000 live streams, we all know that. But that's what leads to that, right? Is practice. And then often we're probably cutting out more than we need to. But I also am a fan of trying to do the best job we can. Once we got a little bit of experience, we can start to plan the way we film. So if you do your videos in steps, you can plan. You leave that second at the beginning, leave the second at the end, so that you can blend. Or do a quick transition or something like that, and then it makes it much easier. But I've been lucky enough to have been doing that from the beginning. And then Mama Tato, so we're often on at 5 p.m. Eastern, but we mix up the days. We actually mix up the days and the times. I have a full-time work schedule Monday to Friday, so I pretty much can't be on before 5 p.m. Eastern. On the weekends, sometimes we do them a little bit earlier so that we can catch our friends in the UK. But we mix up the days and times. There's no schedule here. So I try to post in advance. Anybody can check the front page, see when the next streams are coming up. Crafty Witch 232 makes really interesting things. They actually craft all sorts of stuff, including cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and more. She's just got a few videos here, a couple dozen videos to show us some of the things that she's making. She's already collaborated, actually, I think with a few different people, as a matter of fact, which is great because collaborating is a great way to grow your channel quickly. Some variety in the shorts here, but most of this is showing us some of the things she's making, a lot of 3D printing and crochet. And some of these videos have done really well. Look at this, 10,000, 14,000. I came to learn after that a lot of what this creator is making is meant to be sold. That's the reason they make all of this. And it's funny because the creator behind this channel, her name is Andy. She's on almost every day. And literally for hours at a time. Some of these live streams have gone well beyond 5 hours, I think, right? But usually on for an hour or two, and crocheting the whole time, and keeping up with the chat at the same time as well. For anybody who's tried to do a live stream and keep up with the chat at the same time, you know what a talent that is to achieve. Now, Crafty Witch 232, I think, has grown 100% organically. I don't think they've promoted or anything like that, but I'm unsure. The only reason why I'm mentioning it is the fact that they've long passed their 5,000 subscribers now. Now, I've only been basically off for a week, not even, right? I've been on, but barely. But we had our internet out But I know that wasn't 5,000 the last time I looked at it. I'm almost certain. But CraftyWitch232 is doing vertical live streams almost every day. You see the view counts on some of these, some more so than others, but you get what I mean. So this creator is just like piling in the subscribers, which is great to see. And then Makita to the World, actually the whole reason this channel exists is because I'd already been on YouTube for a while, a couple of years, and I was introduced to people that wanted to help each other, and they just invite people. They're just like, hey, come with us. I'm going to introduce you to all my friends, and everybody's going to watch your videos, and I couldn't believe it. So that's why we're still doing this today. I was inspired, literally. And then It's Me, Alec. You're still... I'm not going to take It's Me, Alec off the wheel. But you haven't been on the screen yet, though. Let's look at Ace Flaw 1.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
If you seek Amy K, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, you were doing another live stream. I think I caught you for a live stream. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember the last time I caught you. It was either yesterday, the day before, or soon, like within the last few days. But when I was there, I just came in, and I think I was letting it run, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I got an early bedtime these days. Or, actually, I've had a few extra things that I've had to do over the last week or so. But I always do that. My computer is always left on, and always with streams or playlists running. Always. Even when I'm done for the day or if I have to go out. Ace Flaw 1 is up on the screen right now. This is Andy. Andy has been bringing... this is also Andy. We just looked at CraftyWitch232. She is Andy, and he is Andy from Ace Flaw 1. He brings us travel-based footage, and he's been doing this. He's been a friend of mine for 6 years now. The reason why I keep talking about this is just so everybody knows you will make friends that will be friends for years supporting your channel. You just need to meet them. Maybe it's here, maybe it's somewhere else, but you know what I mean. And Ace Flaw 1 is one of those friends to me. He's here frequently, almost every stream, as a matter of fact, after 900 of these things. But this creator posts occasionally. Now, you can see they're well over 6,000 subscribers now. But they've been at this a long, long time. And they've traveled to many different places, actually. And then shorts on the channel. These feature a little bit of different content, but these have gotten now into 1,900, 2,200. I think a couple of these still get views, as a matter of fact. I think they're still growing a little bit. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Ace Flaw 1. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And thank you, Create and Relate. And then, thank you. Just Jason Keto setting up their live stream. They'll be on in a few minutes. We're going to go on raid over there. There's Marketplace Boutique. Yeah, forgive me. I should have had your channel on the wheel earlier than I did. I don't know how many times I've done that to you, Jody Genealogy. But we looked at her channels earlier. Rushing Wind Mountains, another friend we've had for about 5 years. We're going to get her channel up on the screen right now. This is Ruby.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
I'm going to write a message to Alec in the chat and say, you got to have the sound on. I know sometimes people don't have the sound on, like, because you're either doing other things or whatever. But yeah, we haven't looked at the channel yet, but we will. Dumis Maniac from Edmonton, Alberta. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Rushing Wind Mountain Ruby, this is a friend. I said 5 years. It's somewhere between 4 and 5 years, but closer to 5, I think. And this creator comes to us from the Pacific Northwest. They bring us nature and wildlife videos, almost in an ASMR type of ballpark, if that makes any sense at all. Pleasing audio, pleasing visuals. And anybody's welcome to come into these, whether it's a premiere or a live stream, and connect the same way we do here. Most creators in our family will allow that. That's pretty much everybody here, I mean. And then Oh, Mumpotato, I'll talk about rating in another moment here. Rushing Wind Mountain posts frequently, actually, as you can see. I've got a video there, pardon me. I've got a video that I see the red line did not go all the way across. I'm going to put that in that catch-up list and rerun it. And then I'm going to take the longer of your latest 2 videos. I know they're already monetized, but I just, watch hours matter, so we'll do it anyway. And I'll do this 34-minute video. This creator's also got a lot of shorts, and there are some humorous moments if you dig through some of these, particularly with the wildlife that you'll find. Some of the latest shorts have really moved. Look at this. This is another example. This creator had shorts getting up to about 10,000 views or close to it. Now many of them have started to pass into 30,000, 39,000 views. And then live streams on the channel as well. Now Ruby's done a bit of experimenting with both vertical and horizontal live streams of different types. And we've got the notification bell on for every single channel, so we'll try to catch them when they're going to drop our premieres and live streams. And then we'll spin the wheel, and Mumpotato, it's just ironic that you're coming up right now. We're going to look at your channel. But the idea of rating, that's a term that comes from Twitch, where a lot of gamers and DJs and things like that do their live streaming. So on YouTube, we call it live redirect, a really boring name, actually, for the same thing. But the concept is that whether you're in a premiere or a live stream, like what we're doing right now, when we finish today, we're still going to have probably 30, at least 20 people watching or participating, right? And the idea is we're going to go over to another live stream, and probably half of the people here will come over to the other live stream, or a third, or somewhere thereabouts. But the idea is you can give the creator after you a bit of a head start, because you've already got an audience. When I started on YouTube and I started following some of these creators doing live streams, I thought it was really cool. Oh, we're all chatting, we're having conversations, we're having a good time, the host is on the screen, whatever's going on. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, everyone, I gotta go. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. And that's it. And you're just left in the darkness. Whereas this is more like, either bar hopping or, going from house to house to house. And it's really, really cool because we can give each other, like I said, that little bit of a head start and kind of keep the conversation going with a lot of people. Interesting that you're playing Heyday. This is a game I was playing for a while. It's many years ago now, but I had a tablet and I used to play this, like probably too much. But it's great that you're using the gameplay to put some videos up for this. I can't remember how far I got. I switched tablets, and then that was the end of that, I think. I was playing this on a Samsung Galaxy Tab 3, if you can imagine. And then Mumpotato. So this is a brand new channel, and I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take your latest video, I'm going to put it in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list, I'll watch your video in full, I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that Heyday video, and I will give you a thumbs up. Subscribe, put your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Trish the Natural's coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then I don't usually ask anybody to stay for any amount of time, but for anybody that wants to see exactly how a raid is going to work, we're going to go over to Just Chasing Keto's channel in another half hour. Now, there's a few other people on. Greenland Quilter Katie might be on. PK Adventure Travels is on right now. Just Chasing Keto just started. He'll be on long after we're finished, at least a half an hour. And Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere right at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, I'm going to show you exactly what happens when we raid a channel. You'll see what pops up in the chat, and if you have your autoplay on, it automatically flips you into the next screen. or into the next stream. If it doesn't, what happens is it comes up on your screen and it says Superchat is sending you over here, and then you can go if you want to, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Trish the Natural's up on the screen. You see the professional look that she's got, especially her thumbnails, because she brings these bright, bold headshots that make her recognizable. I think the biggest hook for this creator that probably has, I'm guessing, better than average retention is the idea that when we roll over the video, when you get in to see what she's doing, it's exactly what you saw on the thumbnail. And I think that's fantastic. And she's been doing this for a very long time. You see, she puts a lot of work into her thumbnails, but it's the bright, bold headshots that I think are going to make her recognizable, and that will pay off over the long term in branding. Now, she is bringing us natural hair care, and she's expanded the content over the last few years to health, beauty, lifestyle, and much more. She's got some shorts on the channel, and these feature a lot of celebrity shout-outs and tributes that have gotten into 25,000, 28,000, 45,000, and then live streams on the channel as well. Now, she's been known to collaborate with somebody like I Am Betty J Gathers. They're laughing and having a good time, I think, singing and everything else. Sometimes it's Trisha Natural herself. Now, it's been a while since she's posted a live stream, but she's been a friend of ours for what I think is 3 years now. Something like this. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. But we've got her notification bell on, so we'll be able to catch her if she's going to continue those. We'll spin the wheel again. I noticed Together We Travel is in the house. It's good to have you here. They're a longtime friend as well. And thank you, Martin Miller. And then Canadian Family Life is coming up from New Brunswick.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then when we look at what Canadian Family Life is doing, of course, they're going to be able to bring us all 4 seasons. I don't know if they have any. It's so far away from us, actually. Like, I forget. Canadian Family Life is going to have to tell us how far the drive was to get to Ontario, because they visited. They were still like 6 or 8 hours away from me when they came to Ontario just a couple of months ago or a month ago. But it was a long drive. But I'm not sure if they share any weather with us at all. I don't think so. I think it's way too far east for us. But Canadian Family Life does a lot of different things on this family channel. The family actually gets involved, all of the family in the channel. Tiffany's husband has his own channel. We'll talk about that. It's Chris, Bella, Alex, and Tiffany, the host. She brings us food bank grocery hauls. I'm going to put the latest one in my catch-up playlist there. And then they've got a lot of plants in their container garden. I've talked about this many times over the years. Look at how neat and tidy that container garden is. I'm kind of amazed. But it's always been that way. And then they do a lot of product reviews. They have done challenges between family members. They have done a little bit of different content, shout outs for other creators, Happy Meal videos. The product reviews are becoming more frequent, and I believe sponsored videos as well. And forgive me if I'm mistaken, but those will be starting if not already. And then shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 5,600 and 6,600. I think this one's still getting views, actually. And then live streams on the channel. Now, Tiffany's only live once in a while, but she's so supportive to other creators. First of all, this channel got to its first 3,000 organically, faster than most. One of the fastest growing channels we saw in the Tuber Chat family. And I believe it's because of how much support she gives to other people. So we're going to look at Chris's Creation Fun. She can go live whenever she wants, and she will have a flood of support in her chats because of all that support. That's what I was getting at. When we look at Chris's Creation Fun, her husband's channel, we see that he is bringing us do-it-yourself videos. He does some 3D printing. He works on solar equipment, and he's aiming to put out videos a couple times a month. But there's a little bit of variety here now. He's got a few shorts on the channel to get started, and he's past his 100 subscribers. So we'd love to push him a little bit farther towards the 200 we know he's going to be thinking about. And then Create and Relate, thank you so much for the super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we're going to have a look at her channel right this second. And she's done that countless times before, as a matter of fact. Create and Relate, I see, has another couple of videos. So usually I grab the latest video, but this time I'm actually going to do something for myself because I want to see this lavalier microphone. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. I'm always interested to see what everybody's using for equipment. Actually, Create and Relate mostly does creative videos, but also shows us a lot of the things that they can use to create other things, crafting and diamond painting and different things. But if you look through some of the videos, they've got a Cricut machine here, they've got at least one camera, they've got some lighting on the channel, a hard drive, we can back up our YouTube channels, and lots of crafting or art supplies, let's say. Shorts on this channel, these have gotten into 1,600 views on a couple of them, which is great to see. And I think some of those, a couple of these new ones, these are newer ones. And I keep putting focus on that because of what we talked about earlier. We just keep posting videos, and some of them are going to run hotter and faster than some of the ones we've had that have been our best performing videos. Always raising the bar, let's say. Create and Relate as well has got live streams here. I mentioned diamond painting. I caught them for a couple of these. It's been a while since they've done a live stream, but we've got notification bells on for every single one. So if they're going to bring those back, we'll be able to catch them, hopefully. And then Michael's Adventures just picked up a brand new gifted membership. He's got them a few times from Mamateto, a brand new channel in the chat today. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Oh, and thank you. Yes, they were going to join, but they got a gifted membership. But thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. The Source, we saw them earlier today when I was digging through the homepage. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. Hala6448, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then let's get them. And thank you for the shares, everyone. Thank you for that. Makita to the world. And then Hala6448, I'm going to put on the wheel. We always put members and moderators on there right away. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Create and Relate came up. I think I need to spin again, so we'll do that. Poetic Tears, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. What did I catch from you today? I just watched a video. I thought I ran a video. Ruffy's Garage, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I think they're here for the first time. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome either way. And our instructions are always in our video description for anybody who is fairly new. Diamond Painting Yotun is coming up next. We're going to take one more break for 3.5 minutes. I just got to rest my voice for a second. I'll grab a drink. Everybody could do the same thing if you want. And then, yeah, Create and Relate. It's obviously well beyond midnight. I think you're coming up on 1 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. Oh, a silent live stream it was, Poetic Tears. Thank you. Yes, for the life of me, I couldn't remember. My internet was out, so I've caught barely anything over the last few days, but I managed to catch something at least. And then Diamond Painting Yotun. We're going to talk about it in a moment. Let's go. We'll come right back. And be one more second, and then we're going to come on. Pardon me. And then I'm dropping the link again in the chat here for Just Jason Keto. He's already live. He's been on for for 15 minutes. And then we will be going over there to raid. So I dropped the link a couple times, but that's not exactly what I mean when I talk about raiding. What happens is I've set something in the background called a live redirect. And it's just a setting that you can put at the end of a Premiere live stream that automatically puts you put the URL in for the next thing that's supposed to happen after your Premiere live stream. It'll automatically send everybody over there, but you'll see how that works when the live stream ends here. So we'll get through as many channels as we can in the next 10 or 12 or 13 minutes. It's okay to go over time, but I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Basically because I want to go over there and see what Jason's doing. I took a sneak peek. I think he's doing exactly what I thought from his title and thumbnail, but we'll see. It's Me, Alec is still on there. I've cleaned up the wheel a little bit, but we're going to start moving now. Diamond Painting Yotun is up on the screen. Diamond painting is really interesting niche and category. I don't know if this is something that's just become really big over the last year or so on YouTube, or if it's something that has just seemed that way to me, because now we've got more diamond painting channels than ever before. It's something that it looks to me like it's really picking up and becoming more and more popular. To be honest with you, I find it incredibly relaxing to watch. I almost consider trying it at some point. I mean, I don't know if I ever will, but you know, when you watch something, you're like, that's kind of cool. I think I could do that. I know that, I know it's not the same thing, but like adult coloring is something that became really popular. I don't know how many years ago, 10 years ago, and it gets more popular all the time. But I've done a small bit of that out of necessity. I was doing it with somebody else, but you know, that can be therapeutic and relaxing and all that kind of stuff. So I'm taking the latest video here and putting that into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them. It's been a little while. Diamond Painting Yotun we haven't had on the screen as many times as I might have thought, but they've got shorts over here that have gotten into 1,800, 2,300 views, which is interesting to see. And then live streams on the channel. They've done a couple of these. It's been a while, but we'll see if they're going to continue those. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and it's great to know they've passed their 500 subscribers. We love to push them on the road towards the 600 we know they're thinking about. And then thank you, Martin Miller. I can't imagine we're going to get to very many more channels for today. It was actually much busier than I thought today, so thank you everybody for coming in. We're busy every day. Might be interesting to know that anywhere between 70 and 100 channels come through during every live stream. But I thought we would be a little bit more relaxed because we'd been off for many days, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Maybe I'm just wrong about that. Cabaret Universe, good to see you in the house. That's a long-time friend. They've been with us since the beginning, basically. Well beyond, I think, 5 years now. And then it's Chocolate Drop is up on the screen. She's been with us for many years also.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
I wouldn't be surprised to know that this creator literally brings fun everywhere she goes, probably outside of YouTube and especially inside of YouTube as well, because she's done that here in Superchat. It's interesting to see the friendships that flourish between creators, the connection that can happen between people, but this is somebody who's truly charismatic. There's a very different thought behind the idea of somebody being likable. Sometimes we see somebody and we're like, oh, I really like them. You know what I mean? Because of the way that they talk, the way that they act, maybe their confidence and things like that. But charisma is the ability to make other people feel good about themselves in your presence. And that's what its chocolate drop, I think, does. Probably far beyond the reach of this channel and this community. But you'll see, she's always smiling, always laughing. She's always got people around. Recently went on a cruise a few months ago, which is interesting to see. I know this creator best from taking us for hauls and shopping trips to places like CVS and TJ Maxx, and came to know afterwards she happens to be what she calls a crazy plant lady, but she's got a plantuary right there. Was that your I thought you put, somebody else put up a video about their plants. Tiffany has one, but I thought we saw another one today as well. And then, look, she's always laughing, always smiling. And actually, when I get over to the live streams, I'll look at those first. She's most often, I've caught her in the kitchen cooking up a storm. And you see, there's other people hopping in and out of the live streams. She does a few other things as well. It's been a while. I haven't caught you for like a month on a live stream. I don't know why. And then you can see all the different interesting things that she's making, because she's really mixing things up, actually, now that I think about it. Baking and cooking. Yeah. And like I said, there's people popping in and out of these live streams all the time. Working on 2,300 subscribers, which is great to see. There was something specific that I wanted to show everybody here, though. Look at the latest shorts videos from this creator. And she's got several that are really moving now. But one that she put up, I'm not sure if this is just a couple of weeks ago. It could be a month by now. But this one has 286,000 views. I think it's still getting views today. Her largest shorts for views that we've seen up until now was this one at 52,000. And this one, 43,000, is fairly new as well, as a matter of fact. So this is really cool because it's another example of how we just keep posting things. If you watch this short, I've seen this one. I don't play videos while we're on screen here, but I've watched this one because I wanted to see what she did. I promise you, it is very simple. Now, I can't copy her. I can't do the short that she did and try to catch the same thing. I don't know if anybody can. But between the thumbnail, between the title, I think she did a great job. But the short is exactly what it's supposed to be. I promise you, it's simple and shows how amazing somebody can do. I'm assuming she got these views unexpectedly. I'm assuming she was just putting up a short and it happened to be the one that popped. But look at that, 286,000 views. So, like I said, I hope everybody will see that. I hope everybody can share in the joy, let's just say, of seeing people hitting these milestones and having successes like this. Matt and Mouse, thank you very much. Just let me know if you're still here. I just cleaned up the wheel. I didn't realize you're still in the house. But let me know if you have any more time. I don't expect anybody to stay. We're going to try to race through the next few channels. And I'll drop the link again for Just Jason Keto. He's already live. And then It's Me Alec is coming up right now. This creator has, I forget, did they say 11 channels or 14 channels? I forget the number they said the other day. They got many channels. They don't feature them here. They feature them on another one. They've got several channels and similar content between all of them. Really, this creator posts random videos, but they've got a lot of live streams as well. So I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this one in my catch-up list, and that's just on this one particular channel. But if you search It's Me Alec, you'll see this creator come up. I'm sure they're happy to have new subscribers on any channel. They seem to be active on a few of these. One of the shorts here at 1200 with a Happy New Year message, which is cool. And live stream. See, they're on this channel, they've been on frequently. So even lately, they usually have StreamYard panels. I thought I caught one of these, but maybe it was on one of their other channels. If I type in It's Me Alec, they usually come up. This is an enthusiastic creator. So you see how many channels they've got here? My dear goodness. I think they're still making more, actually. And here's a bunch of them. It's not even going to be all of them, right? But there's another 8. So 186 subscribers, more random videos here, and I can't help but laugh because I know what it's like to run more than one channel, but I can't imagine I'm ever going to be able to run that many. It's Me Alec has got shorts on this channel that have gotten into 1,500 views, and then live streams on this channel as well. So they did these up to a couple weeks ago. And like I said, it's usually StreamYard panels. I've seen them hop in on other people's channels as well, which is cool to know. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Looks like Scratch and PPA finally, because this creator has something special to talk about. A couple things actually, but they did change up, almost a refresh, they say, to their channel and their video series the other day. And you get an idea that the thumbnail looks a little bit different here. You see the lucky number happening here, and then it'll be interesting for everybody to watch that and see what that means. What Scratch and PPA typically does is pits two lottery tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. He premieres on schedule every single week. For the last 5 years, he has posted without fail every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. 90% or more of those videos have been premieres. If not, he still manages to drop a video. But the premieres are very fast-paced, very high energy. Those are a lot of fun to be a part of as well. And he's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. Not that that's the reason why, but he will allow you to connect and encourage you to meet new friends during his premieres as well. So I've gone back to comment on these, I believe, so that's why my red lines are not all the way across, but I'm going to put them both into my catch-up list and rerun them. And then this creator, like I said, those premieres Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. Hopefully you can catch us for those. You're going to see a chat that rolls faster than this, faster than most others. It's kind of amazing, as a matter of fact. And then when we look at Scratch and PPA, we see that this creator expanded the content on their channel into a shorts series lately, because they added a new, there's more shorts than I even thought there was. I got to run all of them. This creator added several dozen shorts now to a series that they were already doing. They took a trip to Italy a couple of years ago, and then they returned just after this summer, I believe it was. And then they brought us some Italian lottery tickets. They got a whole new series of them now, and a lot of vlogging style shorts videos to show us all the different areas they visited while they were in Italy. This creator brought us their very first live stream from Italy as well. I was lucky enough to be in the chat at the time. I know a lot of people will be hoping for more, but more so we're excited that he's expanded the content on the channel. Jaja Brownie, thank you so much for the gifted membership, and I've got you on the wheel. I've got Cabaret Universe coming up right now. Oh, I already had you on the wheel. Forgive me. Let's spin. Scratch and PPA, you can see, has presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, as we would expect, except there's a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series, which have now changed. So it'll be interesting for everybody to catch the next premiere on Tuesday so you can see what on earth he's doing. And then his banners updated every single week, if you can imagine that, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video, well beyond 5 years ago. Oh, the slight name change. Why didn't I catch that? I don't know why I didn't catch that right away. Yes, the pipe, we call that. Scratch and PPA. I have known this creator long enough to have known them when they were called PA, before they changed to Scratch and PPA, as a matter of fact. But they are one of the most supportive creators that I have met in my YouTube journey. And I misspelled that. That's why it didn't come up. Jesse Journals and Unboxes. Oh my dear goodness. Forgive me. I did some work today. And the work that I do, sometimes I have to lean. I have to like reach over things. And that was a little bit more than I bargained for today, so I'll be fine. But I need I need a nice restful sleep tonight. Scratch and PPA might have that for himself. He had to shovel snow many times today. All of our friends, especially in Southern Ontario, like Just Jason Keto, probably Scott from Rambling with the Brooms, are all probably in the same boat. I haven't had to do it yet, but I'm thinking about going out to do it now so that the morning isn't so terrible. But I don't know. The laziness might kick in. We're overtime, so I'm going to try to move it. Let me drop the link again for Just Jason Keto. I don't want to miss his live stream. And then Jessie Journals and Unboxes. We mentioned earlier that she drops a video every week as well. She's been a friend of just as long. She's been a friend of about 5 years. She posts videos every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And over the years, she has unboxed all sorts of different things. Bath and beauty products, snacks, stationery, things that I've come to learn from her channel, like washi tape. She's done jewelry, lots of collaborations with other people, not just YouTube creators, sponsored videos. And now she shows us a lot of the things that she makes more than ever, with the crafting supplies that she often unboxes. Hence the name, Jessie Journals, and there's a lot of collages and things like that as well. So I'm going to grab her latest video. I missed the premiere on Sunday. She premieres every week. Sometimes she even brings us a special, like an extra video during the week, or a few weeks ago she did a double premiere, a dual premiere. I'm just going to put the latest video on my catch-up list, and this creator features a lot of the things that they unbox in the shorts videos on the channel. So a lot of the newest shorts are the ones that are doing the best. She's got lots of this washi tape. I wouldn't know what that was if it wasn't for her, but lots of these have done really well. And over the years, like I said, she's unboxed all kinds of different things. There's jewelry here, the snacks are somewhere, the stationery is somewhere, there's the stationery right there, and then bath and beauty products I talked about, and live streams. This creator's done plenty of live streams. We'll see if they're going to continue those at some point. But this is the kind of creator who's so supportive to other people that they can go live whenever they want. Doesn't matter how long it is in between. They usually do one every few months, but they support so many people. They'll have a flood of support coming back to them whenever they go live. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jessie Journals and Unboxes. She's another beloved and dedicated moderator here. Michael's Adventures also has his premiere. That would have started about 5 minutes ago. And all of our moderators allow everybody to connect with each other the same way we do here. So you can catch that on any of their channels. Living Large with El Crew will do the same thing. This actually is a channel that came up in my top 3 watched channels with the Superchat account for my 2025 recap, along with Hannah, Rebecca, and Michael's Adventures, because we swapped playlists earlier in the year. And Living Large with El Crew has lots and lots of videos, 600 videos. They do vlogging in the truest sense. Great to see you got some members only content here. I didn't realize how behind I am now, but it's been a month. So they just dropped a premiere. Forgive me, I would have been working at the time, but they let me know yesterday they had a new premiere coming up. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list for right now. I know she's willing to swap playlists with other creators, so if anybody wants to do that, you can catch her. She travels all over the place all the time. She's always doing different things. She's an incredible shuffle dancer as well, probably the best I've seen in the Superchat family. And then shorts on the channel as well, so she'll feature excerpts, I believe, from her long-form videos. And then she's gotten into 12,000 and 26,000 views on a couple of these, and then live streams as well. So have I caught you? Not for almost a year in a live stream, but I'm hoping that I will. And again, for anybody that's going to do a live stream, if you've got something specific that you want me to catch, me personally, then by all means, anybody can reach out anytime for any reason. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter once in a while as well. Holla6448. Let's get their channel up on the screen.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So Hala is a channel. I thought I already knew this channel, but I might have been mistaken. I don't think we've had them on the screen ever before, because every time we put a channel on the screen means that I'm going to connect. Now, I haven't watched video, or I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take the latest video, put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll give you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that challenge video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Looks like you're catching a lot of cool things here. I know we've got some friends that are really into a lot of these car shows. I used to call them classic car shows, but there's just as many newer cars in a lot of these. I know a lot of friends. I can't tell the difference between one and the other. Sometimes I know some of the brands, but I can't pick off a year and a model of a lot of the different cars, even when they're done up and popular. But you know what I mean. But I do enjoy looking at them as much as anybody else. And then yeah, this one, what's the show? I can't remember. Velma is a character that keeps getting waves of popularity in every convention or thing that I happen to go by. I see Mystery Machine. I can't remember the name of the cartoon now. Jaja Brownie has a short here for everybody to see. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. I'll show everybody that trick again. So in the URL here, I'm just going to change the word shorts to the word watch, just to change the format of the video. It's still vertical, but it gives me all the controls that we get all the time. So I've already thumbsed up it. I don't know if I've seen it or run it, but I'm gonna put it in my catch-up list anyway, and even if I've run it before, I'll rerun it. And then let's spin the wheel. Oh, and then Hala, yeah, from the car shorts. I put up a car once, just I was driving and somebody else had a nice car, so I just put it up. And sure enough, it got a few views. Nothing spectacular, but I haven't had any success with shorts on my personal channel yet at all. A couple, like maybe into a couple thousand views, but nothing to speak of that's remarkable. But that was one of the better ones, I believe. But it's because I put the question, make and model, so that people would feel inclined to answer. And then there was a bit of Scooby-Doo. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. And then there was a bit of back and forth with that. Cabaret Universe is a longtime friend. They've refreshed their channel a little bit. New avatar, new name, new banner. But this creator's been with us for many years. Long beyond 6,000 subscribers now. Lots of gameplay here. And they mix up a lot of the popular titles. I've seen a lot of Grand Theft Auto over here. They're onto Pokemon right now. They happen to do a lot of walkthroughs or series. So they'll play one game for a little while, they'll switch to another game. You see lots of Grand Theft Auto. My gosh, how many times can Rockstar break our hearts and make us wait for Vice City again? And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 48,000, 185,000, my dear goodness. And then live streams. Their birthday's coming up. I'm just going to get Siri on the case here for a second. I just wanted to make sure I put a reminder for that. Cabaret Universe has been a long time friend, so I want to try to catch that birthday stream if I can. But like I said, anybody that's got something special coming up, you can message me if you find the time. So forgive me, everybody, for the channels we did not get to today. Thank you for everybody's time. We're overtime like we always are. I'm trying to cut that back. I never do a good job of that. I am Betty J. Gathers. We're going to look at for a quick second. I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators. She's one of them, but they all have generosity at the forefronts of their minds, so you'll be able to meet lots more friends with them. And I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way they are if it wasn't for their help. Can't tell you how many mistakes I made today alone that they had to catch. But forever I'll be grateful to them. Hopefully you'll connect, and then you will be as well. Just Jason Keto is already live. I'm going to drop his link again, and we're not going to play the outro today. We'll just go right over there. But thank you again, everyone. And then I Am Betty J Gathers is another longtime dear friend. She's been with us for what I think is 5 years as well. She's living her best life over 60. This creator brings a lot of vlogging. She brings us into her home, into her life. She takes us out on the road, and she's always smiling, always laughing. We've talked about her at least once today earlier as well. She's done a lot of live streams. There's Trish the Natural. These creators have collaborated many times. Crystal Sparkle, who was here with us earlier, inspired her to continue a series of interviews, of which I was a part and am grateful for. She's interviewed all kinds of different creators. We say interviews, but they're really friendly conversations. Even so, when you catch I Am Betty J Gathers for a live stream, it could be her herself, it could be with a guest, and she is always smiling, always laughing, does a great job of keeping up with the chat. She also talks about healthy eating, healthy living, and is always encouraging when it comes to our YouTube journey. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I believe shorts are really driving a lot of growth on this channel. She's up, she just passed 3,000, I thought, and she's already getting close to 3,800. But some of the shorts are just doing spectacularly. So she's got plenty into 7, 8, 9, and 10,000 views featuring just the creator herself. She started to use a lot more, I think, AI, but filters and things like that. She's putting out new stuff and getting into 36,000, 40,000, 56,000. My dear goodness. So hopefully everybody will connect with I Am Betty J Gathers, and she's putting out new shorts all the time. And thank you, everybody. Again, let's make a quick exit. We'll go over